After classes ended, Haitian returned to his dorm, carrying exhaustion from another busy day. Once inside his room, Haitian prepared his streaming equipment, knowing many devoted followers awaited tonight's broadcast. The stream started, and Haitian greeted viewers while reading countless messages appearing across the chat. Beginning his advice segment, Haitian focused on Akuta, an adventurer seeking recognition through his recent actions. Akuta described abandoning a weaker teammate, prompting Haitian to criticize his selfish judgment. Akuta defended his decision, claiming support magic offered little value compared with direct combat abilities. Hearing that reasoning, Haitian criticized Akuta, warning that leaders without judgment endangered entire parties. Many viewers supported Haitian's opinion, praising his honesty while discussing Akuta's reckless behavior during adventures. The next letter came from a noble's son engaged to someone, yet facing unexpected feelings. After learning he loved another girl, Haitian condemned his selfish thinking and rejected his excuse. Haitian advised the listener to respect his fiancée, consider family responsibilities, and earn trust before pursuing others. After hearing the complaint, Haitian reminded the listener that having a fiancée already made him fortunate. The broadcast ended, leaving Haitian satisfied, as he reflected on streaming's unique excitement. While relaxing alone, Haitian recalled his previous life and his identity as transfer student Kanata. The following day, Kanata attended class and reflected on his reincarnation while studying magical imagination. While attending class, Kanata reflected on childhood dreams, realizing magic no longer felt as exciting anymore. Kanata remembered discovering his limitless power early, earning an elite rank and entering the Royal Academy. Despite his exceptional talent, several noble students mocked Kanata because he lacked an influential family. Their insults continued, convincing Kanata that commoners remained unwelcome among many noble classmates. Rather than argue, Kanata answered and decided seeking guidance from a teacher was wiser. While Kanata endured more insults from noble students, Maria Tarashisu arrived late and caught everyone's attention. Maria apologized for her delay, explaining she had been occupied helping others around the academy. When asked to perform, Maria refused, causing confusion among students gathered for the practical lesson. A confident noble student stepped forward, instead, eager to demonstrate his abilities before classmates and instructors. The noble launched fire magic toward the target while protective barriers secured spectators. When Kanata's turn arrived, he casually cast fire magic, surprising classmates, who expected another ordinary attempt. The spell exploded with overwhelming force, destroying the target and leaving stunned students speechless. Although the teacher praised the demonstration, many classmates remained shocked by Kanata's extraordinary magical power. Unable to accept the result, several noble students accused Kanata of cheating and breaking academy rules. Maria intervened, criticizing their arrogance and explaining that Kanata possessed genuine talent beyond status. After witnessing Kanata's power, Maria approached him personally and expressed sincere admiration for his magic. Maria revealed she belonged to the royal family, then explained the academy's ongoing social tensions. Before leaving, Maria advised Kanata against provoking others unnecessarily, even when their behavior seemed unreasonable. As evening arrived, Kanata reflected on the incident while Maria considered the noble's earlier actions. Back in his dormitory, Kanata resumed streaming and compared his equipment to computers from Earth. Using his limitless power, Kanata created a streaming network, bringing entertainment technology to people across the world. During another broadcast, Kanata discussed academy conflicts and wished nobles and commoners could understand each other. While reading viewer comments, Kanata noticed a highlighted message from someone calling herself Anonymous Princess. The message expressed gratitude for his broadcasts and included a generous donation alongside heartfelt appreciation. After receiving 10 gold coins, Kanata thanked, unaware of her growing obsession. Concerned viewers questioned the donations, but Kanata accepted the princess's explanation and continued his broadcast. The anonymous princess offered further donations and even suggested becoming Kanata's lover if circumstances allowed. In her room, Maria happily reread Kanata's response, feeling her affection deepen even further. Unable to contain her emotions, Maria embraced her device and spent hours imagining future moments. Thinking about Kanata's influence and achievements, Maria became captivated by his mysterious presence and charisma. As Kanata's reputation spread, many followers praised his guidance, kindness, courage, and willingness to help others. While listening alone at night, Maria became convinced Kanata's voice had completely captured her heart. Maria's feelings deepened further, making simple donations insufficient compared with the devotion she desired. Consumed by obsession, Maria declared her life belonged to Kanata, abandoning any remaining restraint or caution. Meanwhile, Kanata's growing popularity attracted many followers whose admiration transformed into dangerous fixation. Unaware of these developments, Kanata continued streaming normally, unknowingly approaching a major incident involving his followers. Despite school troubles and constant discrimination, Kanata continued streaming while receiving another donation from anonymous princess. By the second chapter, Maria's obsession intensified, and she vowed to support Kanata's entire life. Trying to avoid attention after recent incidents, Kanata chose quieter routes around the academy grounds. While heading toward another stream, Kanata witnessed a student confessing love directly to Maria. Recognizing Maria as the mysterious princess, Kanata learned she had already devoted her heart elsewhere. After Maria rejected the confession, she revealed her heart already belonged to someone else. Kanata admired Maria's beauty and wondered what fortunate person had won her affection. Realizing Kanata overheard everything, Maria confronted him. While Kanata tried explaining the misunderstanding, Maria accepted his explanation and laughed it off, though she remained curious about Kanata's strange accent. Later, Maria rushed home and became overwhelmed when Kanata's stream began, realizing he was her beloved streamer. During the broadcast, Maria celebrated every compliment from Kanata, treasuring his words more than anything. When Kanata encouraged donations responsibly, Maria became determined to prove herself as his ideal supporter. Answering another letter, Kanata discussed coexistence and questioned whether demons and humans could understand each other. Listening from her carriage, Maria remembered Kanata expressing similar views about discrimination and unfair prejudice. Growing curious about his beliefs, Maria ordered Sebas to stop, preparing to investigate further. While investigating Kanata's beliefs, Maria secretly visited a slave market and witnessed disturbing conditions firsthand. Sebas explained slavery remained legal, though many citizens preferred ignoring the uncomfortable reality surrounding them. Troubled by what she learned, Maria wondered whether anyone possessed the influence to change matters. Remembering Kanata's broadcasts, Maria considered seeking his opinion after hearing rumors about possible solutions. Soon, Kanata received a letter from Nameless Princess, requesting help regarding the kingdom's slavery. After reading Kanata's advice, Maria realized meaningful reform required influence beyond her current position. Determined to act, Maria rushed toward the king, believing immediate political action could save countless lives. Maria's efforts eventually inspired nationwide reforms, eliminating slavery and preventing similar suffering from returning again. Following Kanata's example, Maria resolved to reduce discrimination and mediate conflicts between academy students. Later, Maria discovered other admirers competing for Kanata's attention, awakening fierce jealousy within her. Seeing supporters argue over him, Kanata clarified he disliked public disputes and rejected obsessive competition. Misunderstanding his words, Maria panicked and convinced herself Kanata had begun hating her personally. After reflecting, Maria resolved to improve herself and become someone worthy of Kanata's approval. During another broadcast, Kanata discussed demons, wondering whether peaceful coexistence between races was possible. His comments alarmed viewers immediately, causing many people to beg him not to continue. Unaware he had touched a major taboo, Kanata continued promoting coexistence while inspiring Maria even further. Before Kanata's controversial broadcast, Lady Shruza defeated human challengers and dismissed their strength without concern. After opening a portal, Shruza reminded everyone that humans remained far weaker than powerful demons. Despite centuries of conflict, Shruza questioned whether endless war truly benefited either side anymore. Upon returning home, Shruza received admiration from subordinates, but remained distracted by unresolved thoughts. Learning about Kanata's broadcast from adventurers, Shruza became curious about the mysterious streamer and his ideas. Intrigued by the mysterious streamer, Shruza learned his broadcasts required a special communication signal to access. Following Shruza's orders, her subordinates built the necessary equipment and established the connection. After testing the device, Shruza decided listening occasionally could provide information beyond ordinary intelligence reports. Several days later, Shruza joined a broadcast and listened, while Kanata discussed daily events. What began as simple curiosity soon became a habit, as Kanata's broadcasts entered Shruza's routine. While listening alone, Shruza became fascinated by Kanata's immense magical power and unusual perspective on society. Kanata questioned endless warfare openly, surprising Shruza and forcing her to reconsider long-held beliefs. Hearing his proposal for peace talks, Shruza realized cooperation might achieve more than conflict. From that day onward, Shruza viewed Kanata as a trusted ally rather than an enemy. In the present, Shruza quietly donated to Kanata's stream, earning gentle concern about her spending. Consumed by Kanata's broadcasts, Shruza treasured every donation notification and fell into complete obsession. A passing remark about meeting the demon lord stirred her heart and fueled countless hopeful fantasies. After sending another message, she received Kanata's casual encouragement, which strengthened her attachment even more. While resting in the bath, the demon lord admitted her desire and devoted thoughts toward Kanata. Despite embracing those feelings completely, an urgent report arrived and forced her attention elsewhere. While soaking, Shruza dismissed concerns from her attendant and remained consumed by thoughts of Kanata. Unable to contain her feelings, she imagined meeting Kanata and holding him within her arms. Driven by longing, the demon lord opened a portal and considered visiting the human realm herself. Hovering above the castle grounds, she prepared an outrageous offer and planned her next move. Rather than seeking conquest or power, she decided to fulfill what she believed Kanata desired. The following morning, strange news spread, leaving Kanata's classmates confused by sudden developments. Across the kingdom, reports revealed that demons had requested peace, astonishing citizens and nobles alike. Kanata remained unaware that his casual remarks had influenced events far beyond his expectations. After finishing his latest broadcast, Kanata left his room and decided to enjoy a meal outside. As he walked through town, Kanata enjoyed the peaceful atmosphere while observing unusual sights around him. Nearby, a frightened girl bumped into a rough man who demanded compensation from her. Seeing no guards, Kanata realized ignoring the situation would only allow the problem to worsen. Without hesitation, he confronted the man and questioned why such anger followed a harmless accident. Stepping forward at last, Kanata challenged the thug and demanded he release the frightened girl. Instead of fighting further, the shaken man retreated after realizing Kanata possessed unexpected strength beyond appearances. With danger gone, the relieved girl lowered her hood while Kanata checked whether she was unharmed. Hearing Kanata speak, the mysterious girl felt his voice sounded familiar, stirring curiosity within her. Before leaving, she thanked Kanata, while he noticed her hidden strength beneath a gentle appearance. After rescuing her earlier, Kanata received heartfelt gratitude, though he dismissed praise and compared himself to others. During their conversation, the girl noticed Kanata's injured hand and asked about the cause with concern. Rather than exaggerating matters, Kanata explained the wound came from cleaning work and would heal soon. Touched by his honesty, the girl urged caution, while Kanata admired her gentle personality. An awkward misunderstanding followed when Kanata guessed her age incorrectly, leaving both embarrassed. The young scientist brushed aside Kanata's worries, insisting her condition caused no trouble. Amused by her unusual attitude, Kanata accepted the explanation while wondering about her strange personality. After exchanging farewells, they parted ways, leaving Kanata curious about her background and religious affiliation. Later that evening, the scientist returned home, where another nun greeted her arrival inside church grounds. Hearing about the scam incident, the nun scolded the scientist, regretting that secrecy invited danger. While discussing diplomacy, the scientist explained that compassion and understanding remained essential for maintaining peaceful relations. Her fellow sister admired that belief, while the scientist insisted every person deserved equal treatment. Later inside the church, she reflected on Kanata, remembering his kindness despite uncertainty surrounding him. Drawn by those thoughts, the scientist checked Kanata's stream again, after confirming nobody was nearby. Overcome with excitement, she celebrated hearing Kanata's broadcast, treating his appearance like a divine blessing. While listening, the scientist became captivated by Kanata's voice and treasured every broadcast outside the church. Another sister praised her composure, unaware intense feelings were growing beneath that calm. Day after day, the scientist devoted herself completely, preparing both body and mind for Kanata. Listening to another broadcast, overwhelming excitement overtook her mind, causing irrational fantasies about Kanata. During the stream, Kanata revealed his hands, unknowingly exposing an important clue about himself. Recognizing the details, the scientist realized Kanata had accidentally revealed his location to viewers. During his stream, Kanata tested a new magic device while showing viewers his injured hands. Checking the camera feed, Kanata confirmed everything worked properly and explained why bandages remained necessary. Confident nobody could identify him from such details, Kanata dismissed concerns and continued streaming casually. Elsewhere, both the scientist and Shruza recognized those hands, becoming shocked by the discovery. Unaware of their reactions, Kanata discussed everyday accidents, providing even more clues about himself. While reading viewer messages during another stream, Kanata noticed a disturbing letter hidden among ordinary submissions. The letter revealed threats from Mantis, a criminal leader angered by Kanata's growing popularity and influence. Elsewhere, both the scientist and Shruza reacted furiously, deciding the culprit deserved severe punishment. Rather than showing fear, Kanata mocked the threat and dismissed it as jealousy or hatred. Listening to the broadcast, the scientist worried about Kanata's safety while criticizing reckless threats against him. After hearing the threat, the scientist and Shruza wondered whether Mantis understood Kanata's influence and supporters. Several hours later, chaos erupted inside Mantis's hideout, as frightened thieves collapsed and scattered everywhere. Believing enemies had betrayed him, Mantis fled desperately through dark passages while shouting furious accusations. During his escape, Mantis blamed Kanata for everything, unaware mysterious forces were already approaching nearby. A calm figure appeared behind him, revealing that Mantis's weakness had finally attracted dangerous attention. A scientist, Shruza, and a warrior cornered Mantis, criticizing his actions while treating his resistance with annoyance. Surrounded by Kanata's devoted followers, Mantis finally realized several powerful figures had united against him. Cold declarations followed as the believers identified themselves, delivering judgment upon the terrified thief leader, while Mantis trembled. The scientist and warrior condemned anyone foolish enough to threaten Kanata. From Mantis's perspective, the fanatical pursuers seemed terrifying, proving how frightening devoted online supporters could become. A few days later, students discussed Mantis's capture, while Kanata listened from the background without concern. A lonely classmate accidentally dropped a handkerchief, though Kanata noticed her troubled expression. As lessons continued, Kanata reflected on his isolation, believing ordinary student life remained difficult and exhausting. Suddenly, the teacher announced a special transfer student, causing excitement and curiosity throughout the classroom. Before her arrival, the teacher explained that the newcomer possessed influence, prestige, and strong royal connections. Hearing those details, Kanata became curious as footsteps approached the classroom entrance from the hallway. The transfer student introduced herself as Alphana, shocking everyone when she revealed her position as scientist. As rumors traveled throughout the academy, Alphana heard that the scientist had unexpectedly transferred into Class C before long. Curious students gathered around the newcomer, eager to witness the famous scientist firsthand. When questioned about her transfer, the scientist offered a simple explanation while concealing another purpose. At the same time, Alphana recalled streamers' research describing scientists as influential figures throughout history. Upon learning about her connection, Alphana became far more interested in observing her. Watching from afar, Alphana wondered why someone with exceptional mana had entered Class CA sudden. Encounter reminded Alphana of their first meeting, bringing relief that the scientist held no grudge. Soon, Zykert introduced himself and offered to guide Alphana around the academy during Maria's absence. Although grateful for the offer, Alphana rejected his familiarity and demanded greater respect from him. Laughter spread across the classroom after Zykert embarrassed himself, while Alphana watched the scene without sympathy. During the practical examination, the scientist unleashed a precise water spell and destroyed several targets. The impressive display shocked nearby students, who began comparing her talent to Princess Maria's abilities. Observing the reactions around him, Streamer reflected on the pressures nobles faced when building connections. After the scientist finished her turn, Kanata was called forward to begin the next test. Before stepping away, the scientist offered brief encouragement, leaving Streamer surprised by her kindness. As she walked away from the testing area, the scientist encouraged Streamer, leaving him stunned. Inspired by those unexpected words, Streamer stepped forward with renewed confidence and prepared for his attempt, rather than repeating his previous mistake. He controlled his mana and launched a precise attack. Although the instructor praised the result, several nobles continued mocking Streamer behind his back. Ignoring the insults around him, Streamer remained focused, though one particular remark caught his attention. Hearing the nobles insult commoners, the scientist realized the academy's discrimination problem was far worse than expected. Several students praised Streamer's performance, recognizing the control and precision behind his displayed magic. Unable to tolerate such arrogance, the scientist condemned the nobles and rejected their sense of superiority. Rather than reflecting on their mistakes, the scolded students blamed Streamer for their public humiliation. Later, Streamer left the examination grounds disappointed, having missed another opportunity to speak with her. While considering ideas for his evening broadcast, he reassured himself after listening to everyone's concerns. Just as Streamer settled down for a quiet meal, the scientist appeared before him. After leaving the examination grounds, the scientist explained that her walk around campus had led her there. Without warning, she approached Streamer and greeted him again, catching him off guard. A moment later, the scientist confirmed that Streamer was the traveler she had previously met. Remembering their awkward first encounter, she requested a more natural conversation while urging caution. Though he agreed to speak normally, Streamer worried that being seen alone beside her invited trouble. After confirming nobody was watching nearby, Alphana asked permission to call him Kanata instead. Rather than addressing her concern, Kanata questioned why she disliked the formal title used earlier. Seizing the opportunity, Alphana explained that their reunion felt special and requested a more personal relationship. Caught between caution and curiosity, Kanata hesitated before agreeing to address her by name. The moment Alphana heard her name from Kanata, she blushed and struggled to hide her excitement. Hearing Kanata call her name, Alphana treasured the moment and viewed him with growing affection. Meanwhile, Kanata failed to notice that a simple gesture had sparked unrealistic dreams within Alphana. The following morning he entered Class C, expecting another ordinary day before spotting Alphana, unusually early. To everyone's surprise, Maria appeared and greeted Alphana, revealing their close relationship. Watching the interaction unfold, several classmates compared Maria and Alphana to dazzling idols beyond reach. While observing Maria and Alphana together, students admired them from afar yet struggled to approach either. Listening to their conversation, Kanata noticed how naturally attention gathered around both influential girls. Several classmates insisted their expressions seemed artificial, though neither Maria nor Alphana had approached them. Recalling recent encounters, Kanata questioned whether his negative impressions resulted from misunderstandings rather than reality. Even so, watching Maria and Alphana enjoy themselves together left Kanata feeling strangely jealous. Determined to make friends himself, Kanata approached a classmate, only to receive immediate hostility instead. After another failed attempt, he slumped over his desk and wondered why everyone disliked him, planning to rest before streaming later. Kanata remained unaware that Maria had noticed his condition. Far away within the Xandard Empire, a noble secretly prepared an assignment involving suspicious activities. Answering the summons without hesitation, Crow accepted the mission and listened to the noble's request. Elsewhere, Crow accepted a mysterious assignment while an ominous feeling quietly spread behind the scenes. Back at the academy, discussions about Crow reached Kanata, who recognized the notorious assassin's name. Although his classmates dismissed the danger, Kanata felt relieved his ordinary background offered some protection. Drawing upon stories from viewers and past knowledge, he realized Crow's existence was terrifyingly real. After convincing himself the matter had no connection to him, Kanata promptly drifted into sleep. Inside the noble's mansion, Crow demanded the target's identity, unwilling to waste time on empty explanations. When the noble continued boasting, Crow intimidated him, forcing a far more direct response. Under pressure, the noble finally revealed that the person he wanted eliminated was Streamer himself. Filled with resentment, he blamed Streamer's broadcasts for spreading ideas that threatened his profitable businesses. After hearing the full explanation, Crow acknowledged the request and prepared to handle the assignment. After receiving the advance payment, Crow listened quietly before questioning the details behind the assignment. To the noble's shock, Crow suddenly declared that he could no longer accept the contract. Before any explanation could follow, Crow struck first and instantly severed the noble's head. Standing beside the scattered payment, Crow stated that a dead client invalidated the agreement entirely. As Crow departed across the rooftops, a nearby girl noticed the disturbance and became curious. Leaping across the rooftops after completing her mission, Crow complained about the inconvenience of her disguise. Removing the mask at last, Crow revealed herself as a young woman devoted to Lord Streamer. The moment Streamer's broadcast began, she abandoned all composure and rushed to hear his voice. While listening, Crow reflected on recent events and praised the comfort his streams provided. Far from acting like a legendary assassin, she spent the night daydreaming about Streamer's attention. During his broadcast, Kanata admitted his failed attempts at friendship and asked viewers for encouragement. Hearing the disappointment in his voice, Crow felt upset that anyone had treated him poorly. While other listeners shared similar frustrations, Crow imagined protecting Kanata from everyone who hurt him. Moments later, Kanata revealed the tears were fake, explaining how he created the performance. Reading the unusual comment, Kanata thanked everyone and considered a more positive approach toward his classmates. Upon hearing her message mentioned directly, Crow froze and struggled to process the moment. Meanwhile, Kanata explained that simple conversations would be enough, even if friendship never developed. Those modest wishes only deepened Crow's devotion, convincing her to support him no matter what. Surrounded by trophies from previous victims, Crow vowed to eliminate anyone who threatened Kanata's happiness. Within a brothel located in the royal capital, Kana finished her work and departed for the evening. After returning inside, she received praise from the owner for another successful and profitable day. Confident in her popularity, Kana learned that customers throughout the establishment had left satisfied. Smiling proudly, she accepted the compliments and acknowledged her reputation as the facility's top attraction. Once the owner left her alone, Kana admitted wanting to hear Streamer's voice too. In her room, Kana relaxed after work, fully aware of the beauty that captivated countless customers. Stretching across her bed, she reflected on another successful day and felt deeply satisfied. As broadcast time approached, Kana thanked Streamer for bringing excitement and comfort into her life. The instant his stream began, she erupted with joy and greeted him through the screen. Unbeknownst to Kanata, his influence had already reached Kana, joining many devoted followers across the world. Lying alone after the broadcast, Kana imagined a future beside Streamer and cherished his existence. Unlike her current success, Kana had grown up in harsh slums before entering the nightlife industry. During a gathering with coworkers, discussions about aging and poverty exposed fears they rarely voiced. Although they found kinder employers than before, uncertainty about the future continued troubling everyone. Their worries proved justified when nearby customers casually rejected women after learning their profession. Despite their painful experiences, Kana encouraged her coworkers to leave their worries behind for now. Gathering around Streamer's broadcast together, they quickly regained their smiles and laughed at his jokes. Soon afterward, Kanata mentioned witnessing discrimination, unknowingly capturing the attention of every woman listening. As he questioned those prejudiced views, Kana and her friends silently related the topic to themselves. Without hesitation, Streamer challenged the criticism and argued that nobody deserved judgment for surviving hardship. Streamer argued that people should stop judging others' occupations and instead respect honest work. His words moved Kana, who had never before heard anyone defend people like her with such sincerity. While reflecting, Streamer admitted that his attempts to make friends had ended in rejection. Hearing that, Kana exploded with outrage on his behalf, furious that anyone would dare mistreat the person she admired. Just as her emotions peaked, an employee interrupted, forcing Kana to set aside her anger. 1 week later, public outrage remained intense, and discussions about punishing Streamer's detractors continued. While searching for food in town, Kanata encountered Princess Maria wandering outside without attendants nearby. Maria admitted her butler was panicking because she had slipped away from supervision again. Before Kanata could react, Maria moved closer and asked whether he was free today. Ignoring Kanata's concerns, Maria suggested spending the day together, placing his school reputation at risk. Before Kanata could respond properly, Maria noticed suspicious sounds nearby and became interested. Following the disturbance, they found a frightened woman struggling against a noble who restrained her. Kanata intervened without hesitation, ordering the noble away and protecting the woman from danger. Seeing a noble drag a frightened woman away, Kanata and Maria intervened before the situation worsened. Instead of releasing his captive, the noble shifted attention toward Maria and made insulting remarks. Anger overwhelmed the noble afterward, causing him to threaten violence and charge forward recklessly. Using restraint rather than force, Kanata immobilized the attacker and prevented further harm from occurring. Satisfied with Kanata's response, Maria helped secure the victim while tensions gradually settled down. After stopping the noble, Kanata checked on the woman, then realized her appearance seemed strangely familiar. Kana explained the noble chased her through town, leaving Kanata confused about his intentions. Still furious from defeat, the noble insulted Kana's profession and dismissed her worth completely. Rather than arguing emotionally, Kanata challenged the noble's prejudice and exposed flaws within his reasoning. Hearing Kanata defend her dignity, Kana felt surprised because few people had spoken similarly before. Hearing nearby commotion, Kanata noticed approaching civilians while the defeated noble prepared another desperate scheme. Attempting escape, the noble accused Kanata of theft, forgetting those witnesses arrived because of him. Meanwhile, Maria explained the situation carefully, informing gathered townspeople about Kanata rescuing a threatened woman. Soon afterward, royal knights appeared, and Maria revealed her identity, leaving the noble completely stunned. With the criminal arrested, Maria thanked Kanata sincerely, grateful his actions allowed justice without further trouble. After the incident ended, Kanata watched Maria depart, while guards discussed stronger patrols across town. Approaching him afterward, Kana expressed gratitude for his support and praised his defense of her profession. Curious about his identity, Kana compared their hands and asked questions while studying Kanata's reactions. Drawing from experience, she observed his behavior closely, then confirmed his name with surprising confidence. Before leaving, Kana shared her workplace information and invited Kanata to visit her again someday. Before leaving, Kana teased Kanata with a bold offer, then departed while enjoying his embarrassed reaction. Moments later, Maria appeared beside Kanata, noticing his flustered expression and questioning their unusual interaction. Since evening approached, Maria suggested returning home together, ending their eventful day across the capital. While walking beside him, Maria complained playfully, wishing Kanata had invited her first instead. Far away, the disgraced noble obsessed over revenge, refusing responsibility while directing blame toward Kanata. Meanwhile, Maria learned Kanata lived within the capital, information that sparked unexpected interest and curiosity. During his broadcast, Kanata wondered whether his words truly carried unusual influence across the world. To entertain viewers, he imagined possessing immense authority and asked how everyone would respond. Immediately, several listeners offered extreme devotion, promising service, protection, and unquestioning support toward Kanata. Realizing those answers sounded alarming, Kanata laughed nervously and clarified everything had been harmless humor. Afterward, he reflected on supportive messages, appreciating simple conversations and encouragement from his growing audience. Inspired by other creators, Kanata planned handheld broadcasts, hoping simple travel streams would entertain viewers. During the broadcast, Maria sent affectionate donations, leaving Kanata embarrassed while reacting before everyone. The following morning, Kanata regretted encouraging those reactions and wondered why exhaustion felt overwhelming. At school, classmates questioned rumors surrounding Streamer, immediately drawing Kanata into uncomfortable attention. Their discussion shifted toward Aguila, while Kanata listened quietly and avoided revealing personal secrets. While classmates discussed Streamer, Kanata considered revealing the truth, but worried nobody would believe him. Later he examined viewer comments carefully and realized certain answers might expose his hidden identity. Curiosity about the impersonator persisted, yet Kanata focused on avoiding attention from noble students. Nearby, Maria noticed scientists acting unusual, though the young girl dismissed concerns with confidence. Suddenly, Kanata sensed something important approaching and strengthened his resolve to prove the truth. Aguila complained about disbelief from classmates, while Kanata compared fake accounts against Streamer's genuine popularity. After classes ended, Kanata disguised himself and decided uncovering the impersonator required direct investigation. Hidden nearby, he overheard Aguila raging about commoners, receiving attention while nobles lost influence. Following Aguila further, Kanata learned greed motivated everything. Since stealing Streamer's fame promised wealth, Maria approached afterward and mocked Aguila's foolish ambitions, while Kanata recognized the scheme's weakness. While discussing Aguila's situation, Kanata accidentally learned both girls admired Streamer and followed his broadcasts. Maria admitted she enjoyed Streamer's content, surprising Kanata after discovering another devoted supporter nearby. Speaking with sincere admiration, Maria explained Streamer's voice comforted her during exhausting duties at church. Kanata confirmed Maria's identity, then listened quietly, while both girls continued praising Streamer without restraint. Concerned by their obsession, Kanata noticed Maria watching Streamer closely and questioning his growing influence. Kanata felt relieved after learning both Maria and scientists admired Streamer, though neither knew his identity. When Maria discussed Streamer's actions, she admitted she never minded them and respected his intentions. Maria explained that betrayal and sabotage deserved condemnation, revealing strong principles beneath her calm personality. Asked about Aguila, Kanata preferred reform over punishment, believing mistakes mattered less than future choices. Before anyone understood the situation, Aguila vanished without warning, leaving Kanata and the girls stunned. Alfana sensed a sinister presence nearby, causing concern as Kanata and the others searched for Aguila. Elsewhere, Aguila encountered a terrifying demon noble who immediately questioned whether he was Streamer. The demon servant insisted Streamer could never be a fraud, leaving Aguila frightened and speechless. Consumed by obsession, the demon accused Aguila of stealing her beloved Streamer's identity and reputation. While Kanata's group wondered where Aguila disappeared, the scientist sensed trouble and prepared herself. While discussing demons and recent events, Kanata suddenly sensed danger approaching and interrupted the conversation. Reacting first, Kanata rushed forward, carrying both girls, determined to shield them from potential threats. The supposed demon appeared calmly, but Maria and Alfana prepared themselves while protecting Kanata. Aguila soon appeared beside the visitor, explaining the misunderstanding and revealing no hostile intentions. After hearing the explanation, Kanata realized hostility had vanished, allowing everyone to lower their guard. The demon noble revealed many demons, admired Streamer, surprising Kanata with their unexpected devotion. Hearing Streamer united humans and demons, Maria and Alfana became even more impressed by him. Kanata joked about magic talent, while the demon noble noticed similarities between him and Streamer. Maria reflected on Streamer's mysterious abilities, wondering why even demons considered his power extraordinary. With tensions resolved, Maria ended the discussion and confirmed no harsher punishment awaited Aguila. Before leaving, the demon noble praised Alfana's kindness, then departed peacefully after the unusual encounter. Maria headed toward government offices to report everything, while Kanata and Alfana remained behind. Exhausted from non-stop chaos, Kanata rested beside Alfana, who seemed hesitant about saying something. Gathering courage, Alphana thanked Kanata for protecting everyone, though he dismissed his actions modestly. Holding his hand gently, Alphana called Kanata wonderful, leaving him speechless as her feelings surfaced. The confused demon noble regained consciousness, recognized Lord Streamer, and desperately begged Kanata for assistance. Accepting responsibility, Aguila confessed his lies publicly and exposed every crime committed by his family. Several days later, Kanata reflected on recent events before a mysterious woman approached him. The beautiful stranger shyly requested a tour guide, leaving Kanata curious about her identity. While exploring the capital together, Kanata noticed townspeople staring at the mysterious woman accompanying him. The woman admired every sight around town, revealing genuine fascination with ordinary places and customs. After hearing Kanata's compliment, she struggled hiding her embarrassment while continuing their pleasant walk together. Kanata offered to show hidden locations, unaware his casual kindness affected her more deeply. Reaching a scenic overlook, the woman questioned why anyone would want such beauty destroyed. Watching her closely from afar, Kanata sensed something unusual about the mysterious woman despite appearances. After noticing her pointed ears, Kanata directly questioned whether she truly belonged among humans. Rather than denying anything, the woman laughed openly and admitted her disguise had completely failed. Her cheerful reaction confirmed Kanata's suspicion, revealing she was not human despite traveling unnoticed. Once alone, she declared the location perfect before promising to reveal her true identity. The mysterious woman abandoned her disguise, revealing herself as Shruza, a demon whose presence shocked Kanata after introductions ended. Kanata shared his name, while Shruza seemed pleased learning it directly. Shruza isolated their surroundings with magic, ensuring only Kanata could witness her true appearance. Curious about his beliefs, Shruza asked Kanata's opinion regarding demons and humanity's relationship. Kanata answered sincerely that peace mattered most, believing both races suffered equally during conflicts. Shruza sensed extraordinary mana within Kanata, comparing his power against ordinary humans with growing curiosity. Although surprised by her observations, Kanata learned demons could naturally perceive magical energy surrounding others. Unable to measure his limits accurately, Shruza accepted Kanata's explanation and ended her examination. Their discussion shifted toward cooperation, where Shruza expressed hope humans and demons could coexist peacefully. Kanata supported her dream despite difficulties ahead, encouraging Shruza with confidence about future understanding. While holding hands with Shruza, Kanata noticed her cold touch yet felt she resembled ordinary people. Smiling softly, Shruza mentioned a streamer whose ideals matched Kanata's hopes for lasting peace. She admitted becoming a devoted admirer because that streamer's messages had changed her outlook completely. Surprised by her enthusiasm, Kanata asked whether the famous streamer held influence throughout demon society. Shruza explained many demons already followed him, leaving Kanata stunned by the unexpected revelation. Before leaving, Shruza eagerly invited Kanata to visit again, hoping they could spend more time together. Following their promise to meet again, Shruza returned home while Kanata watched her departure. Meanwhile, Kanata remained completely unaware that Shruza's true identity carried immense importance among demons. Back at home, Kanata finished streaming early, advising viewers to rest and take care. Feeling exhausted from guiding visitors across town, he quickly fell asleep after returning home. Just when peace seemed certain, Shruza appeared inside his room, watching the sleeping Kanata. A hooded woman approached Crow in a hidden passage and requested an assassination, recalling a troublesome incident. She presented detailed files about the target, a noble whose actions affected Maria and Kanata. Still bitter over public humiliation, the woman pursued revenge, while Crow examined the documents and accepted. Confident in Crow's abilities, the woman departed, believing the mission would proceed without complications. Crow entered the capital, observed the surroundings from above, and started gathering information about the target. 1 hour later, Crow investigated the target and discovered many good deeds, causing unexpected hesitation about the mission. After hearing accusations about drug trafficking, Crow realized abandoning the assignment was impossible, despite growing doubts. While observing, Crow remembered Streamer's influence, which gave purpose during difficult moments. Crow recognized similarities between herself and Streamer, forming a one-sided bond through his broadcasts. Thinking about Streamer again, Crow searched for new work opportunities, unaware her feelings had deepened considerably. While checking new messages, Crow listened to Streamer again. His words became her greatest comfort. During the broadcast, Streamer discussed assassins. Crow reacted, surprised by the unexpected subject matter. Crow reflected on her current employer and assignment, realizing the client possessed detailed knowledge about assassins. Although she understood assassination brought suffering, Crow viewed assassins as tools exploited by fearful employers. Remembering old stories she enjoyed, Crow admitted assassins seemed fascinating, despite recognizing their dangerous reality. While watching streamers broadcast, Crow listened as viewers criticized assassins and questioned their morality. Crow realized her admiration had become affection, comparing her feelings toward streamer with devotion toward a lord. Reaching the target's residence at night, Crow noticed an open window and prepared herself for entry. As Crow moved inside, she encountered streamer, who appeared directly before her eyes. Recognizing streamer, Crow froze in confusion while he casually continued preparing for his broadcast. At that moment, Crow discovered Kanata and streamer were the same person, leaving her stunned. Watching Kanata continue streaming, Crow questioned reality and wondered whether she was experiencing a dream. Determined to remain hidden, Crow observed him, overwhelmed by excitement while seeing her idol directly. Elsewhere, the client relaxed, believing Crow was already carrying out the assassination assignment successfully. Ignoring her mission, Crow enjoyed watching streamer's public broadcast while hanging inside his room. The story returned to the present day. After guiding visitors, Kanata went to bed exhausted. Meanwhile, Crow remained inside Kanata's room without sleeping, watching him closely throughout the entire night. When Crow revealed herself, Kanata screamed in shock, unable to understand why an assassin appeared suddenly. Panicking completely, Kanata demanded answers, pointing at Crow while questioning her identity and intentions. Rather than worrying about exposure, Crow felt delighted, because Kanata finally acknowledged her existence personally. With complete confidence, Crow introduced herself to streamer and claimed she was an ordinary person. Kanata rejected her explanation, unaware Crow's appearance would soon disrupt his peaceful streaming life. Trying to stay calm, Kanata asked for her identity. Crow insisted she was simply his devoted fan. After introducing herself as Mira, Crow revealed she was also the infamous assassin called Crow. Kanata questioned her strange actions, but Crow repeatedly explained everything happened because she admired him. Realizing he caused this situation, Kanata admitted responsibility. Crow prepared to leave upon request. Misunderstanding, Crow drew her sword and declared she would die, horrifying Kanata. Alarmed by Crow's reaction, Kanata stopped her, insisting she put away the sword first. Crow misunderstood his concern completely, believing she lacked value and deserved punishment for troubling Kanata. Watching her behavior, Kanata realized Crow would obey dangerous orders, making the situation far worse. Overwhelmed by exhaustion and confusion, Kanata struggled to respond. Recognizing that Crow needed serious help, trying to prevent disaster, Kanata ordered Crow not to die, then changed the subject. Trying to learn more about her, Kanata called Crow by Mira's name and questioned her behavior. Mira explained that Kanata knew her real identity, making him the only person she trusted. Doubting her claims, Kanata requested proof. Mira immediately offered to eliminate anyone questioning her identity. To demonstrate her abilities, Mira vanished instantly. Kanata searched the room but found nothing. After a brief moment, Mira revealed herself directly before Kanata, proving her exceptional concealment skills. After accidental contact embarrassed them both, Mira admitted Kanata's touch alone was enough to make her happy. Kanata asked why she remained inside his room, then grew concerned about her mindset. Wanting reassurance, Kanata confirmed she no longer intended murder. Mira promised she would protect him instead. The next day, Mira watched Kanata from outside, while reconsidering her mission against the assigned target. Meanwhile, the furious client confronted Crow for betrayal, but Mira arrived cheerfully and apologized for waiting. Kanata warned Mira against needless killing. Despite trusting her protection, staying beside her remained unsettling. A notification interrupted their discussion. Kanata checked his device, believing the requested letters had arrived. Instead, Kanata received accusations claiming streamer became famous through mass murder, leaving him completely bewildered. The anonymous message argued broadcasting required enormous mana, suggesting countless people had sacrificed their lives. A mysterious figure continued accusing streamer, questioning how much suffering and how many deaths enabled his success. The threatening message continued, promising punishment for streamer and declaring his alleged crimes unforgivable. Shocked by the accusations, Kanata wondered how such rumors had spread across the world. While Kanata defended himself, Mira investigated nearby clues, then became distracted after discovering his scent. Kanata reflected on similar rumors from his previous life, recalling how assumptions often distorted public perception. Their serious discussion ended abruptly when Kanata questioned Mira's earlier actions involving his bed instead. Across Ataraxia, Kanata gained recognition as a streamer, and his growing fame reached people from many regions. Through his broadcasts, countless listeners embraced new ideas, while some developed deep admiration for his beliefs. Several major changes followed, including weaker discrimination, dismantled bandit guilds, peaceful agreements, and liberated slaves. Elsewhere, a mysterious individual started broadcasting similar content, attracting attention from those drawn to influence. Near Rogius, Mana appeared inside the Senthi household, becoming involved in the next unfolding events. Inside a slave facility, exhausted captives begged for mercy while their owner condemned them as useless burdens. Rikpa dismissed complaints from his subordinates, insisting Mana remained valuable despite her troubled family background. After reviewing recent labor results, he ordered slaves to rest to avoid costly deaths. Frustration grew within Rikpa as new anti-slavery policies restricted his business and reduced available stock. Their discussion shifted toward a captured adventurer while guards watched from nearby holding cells. While monitoring a healing chamber, Rikpa learned Kanata generated enough mana from only 5 streaming minutes. The shocking number left Rikpa speechless, forcing him to question how anyone could rival Kanata. Realization soon turned into outrage, as he concluded Kanata's influence exceeded ordinary limits and expectations. Driven by envy, Rikpa ordered his followers to investigate Kanata and expose every hidden secret. Determined to seize that power, he planned his move before the story returned to Kanata. Concerned about appearances, Mira questioned Kanata's decision while discussing the girls who continued following him. Trying to help, Mira offered increasingly questionable solutions, though Kanata rejected every dangerous suggestion immediately. Her ideas became even worse when she casually suggested selling organs, leaving Kanata horrified. Remembering his unusual followers, Kanata realized many of them hardly qualified as ordinary people. Needing fresh air after that conversation, Kanata left for a walk while Mira followed behind. Enjoying a peaceful evening walk, Kanata noticed Mira following behind, then questioned whether she had become a stalker. Their relaxed moment ended when a broadcast announcing shocking claims about streamers to listeners everywhere. As Kanata listened, the speaker promised revealing hidden truths, accusing streamers of wrongdoing before countless curious viewers. Across Ataraxia, many citizens heard the accusations and began considering whether the mysterious claims contained truth. Athena reacted with disbelief, then anger, realizing someone had openly challenged Kanata's reputation. Unable to accept, Athena crushed her device, refusing to believe Kanata could commit such actions. Anise shared Athena's fury, convinced the accusations were false, while both prepared responses against the broadcaster. Meanwhile, Mira realized Kanata had avoided disaster, fearing her reaction might have devastated everything nearby. With tensions rising, Mira approached Kanata and requested a favor, knowing Rikpa had provoked dangerous people. With classes finished for the day, Haishin stayed on a bench, wondering how he should spend the remaining hours. Meanwhile, Maria and Alfana discussed the stream he broadcast the previous day, noticing that its influence had spread among many people. Requests from curious viewers continued increasing, yet the thought of teaching others his methods left Haishin searching for a reasonable excuse. Among the secrets he carried, infinite mana stood above everything else, granting extraordinary advantages that could place unwanted attention upon him. Rather than risk exposing that rare ability, Haishin chose a quiet path forward, focusing on his broadcasts. Back in his room, Haishin hoped the situation around his stream had settled down, unaware that Mira had already arrived to report. After gathering information, Mira handed her findings to Haishin, who accepted the documents while checking her condition. A brief expression of gratitude affected Mira more than expected, causing her devotion toward Haishin to grow even stronger than before. Exhaustion finally caught up with Mira, and she collapsed onto a bed, overwhelmed by happiness after receiving recognition from Lord Streamer. Reviewing the collected information, Haishin discovered that a noble from a distant kingdom appeared to be connected to recent events. The report revealed a troubling situation, as Haishin learned that his growing audience had organized themselves into a massive supporter group. Impressed by Mira's efficiency, Haishin realized she had uncovered important details within a short period and offered to investigate further. Later that night, he assigned Mira a new task, asking her to trace the suspicious stream through her information network. Several documents described outrageous rumors portraying Haishin as a dangerous manipulator, while supporters were accused of being completely brainwashed. Frustration surfaced as Haishin slammed his hand against the wall, irritated by accusations that ignored both his actions and intentions. Across the city, reactions to the rumors remained divided, as some listeners believed the accusations while many others rejected them. Walking through campus, Haishin noticed students discussing the controversy, quickly realizing that false stories about him had already spread. Sitting beneath a tree, he searched for a practical solution, knowing that simple explanations would never erase such misunderstandings. An unexpected idea appeared when Haishin remembered he could stream without showing his hands, creating opportunities to demonstrate the truth. His thoughts returned to the entrance exam, where a mana measuring orb had recorded results that could support his planned proof. While refining his plan, Haishin considered demonstrating his mana during a broadcast, believing visible proof could weaken the rumors surrounding him. A new obstacle appeared when he remembered the measuring orb was expensive, making it difficult for an ordinary student to obtain. Not far away, Alfana and Maria misunderstood his troubled expression, convincing themselves that Lord Streamer shared their mission against evil. Their sudden approach interrupted Haishin's thoughts, and hearing his title spoken aloud immediately caught him off guard. Turning toward the familiar voices, Haishin found Alfana and Princess Maria standing before him, creating another unexpected complication. Caught off guard by their intense attention, Haishin stopped Maria and Alfana before they revealed another embarrassing misunderstanding about him. Recalling past encounters, the two girls explained that his actions had protected others, convincing them he was someone trustworthy. Stepping forward with confidence, Maria offered her support, insisting that people with influence should use their abilities to help others. With complete confidence in their abilities, Maria stepped forward and offered assistance, insisting that Haishin should allow them to share his burden. Speaking from experience, Maria explained that people born with status, authority, and influence carried a responsibility to support others. Alfana reinforced that belief and asked for his trust, hoping he would depend on them instead of struggling alone. After considering their sincerity, Haishin decided they were reliable enough to help and prepared to reveal part of his situation. Before making his request, however, Haishin apologized and reminded the pair that he was actually the famous streamer. The sudden confession left Maria and Alfana speechless, as neither expected Haishin to reveal such an unbelievable secret about himself. Watching their stunned reactions, Haishin immediately regretted his blunt approach and wondered whether revealing the truth had been a mistake. Rather than doubting him, Maria calmly explained that several clues had already connected Lord Kanata to the mysterious streamer. One memory stood out clearly, since Haishin had shown his injured hand during a broadcast shortly after they first met. Alfana finally pieced everything together and reacted with complete shock, realizing Lord Kanata and Lord Streamer had always been the same person. After revealing his identity, Haishin asked Maria and Alfana to keep the secret hidden, relieved that nobody else had discovered it. Instead of hesitating, the two girls accepted his request, while Alfana stepped closer and reassured him with complete sincerity. Holding his hand gently, Alfana promised that neither of them would ever betray his trust or create unnecessary problems. Looking at Haishin, Alfana explained that knowing the truth only strengthened her respect because she considered herself one of his fans. Maria agreed with that sentiment and encouraged him to continue streaming, believing many listeners still needed the courage and comfort he provided. Maria rejected formal treatment, insisting that Haishin stop calling her princess and interact with her the same way he treated Alfana. Standing proudly beside Alfana, Maria declared that both of them were his allies and would support whatever assistance he required. Their unwavering loyalty reminded Haishin that neither girl had exposed his identity, despite knowing one of his greatest secrets. Even while recognizing their trustworthiness, Haishin noticed their behavior felt strangely intense, leaving him uncertain how to respond. As the conversation continued, Maria and Alfana held his hands without hesitation, making Haishin worry about how others might interpret the scene. Noticing Haishin's concerns, Maria revealed that she had already cast a spell, ensuring nobody nearby could overhear their discussion. Aunt's privacy was secured. Alfana and Maria presented information about the rumors, confirming that the accusations were organized conspiracies. Drawing from her family's influence, Maria explained that investigations had already traced the source, though a mysterious helper assisted the effort. Reviewing the collected evidence, she pointed out that no crimes matched the claims, despite rumors portraying Lord Streamer as dangerous. Maria then revealed the conclusion reached by several leaders, who suspected Haishin possessed extraordinary mana or an unknown streaming device. Leaning against Haishin without hesitation, Maria explained that countless supporters were already working to stop the rumors spreading around him. Hearing how many people trusted Lord Streamer, Haishin became more determined to clear his name through his own efforts. After gaining their attention, Haishin began outlining his strategy, while Maria and Alfana listened closely without questioning his intentions. The first step required obtaining the mana measuring orb, a protected academy artifact normally kept secured and inaccessible to ordinary students. Explaining his objective further, Haishin revealed that he needed the orb's recorded results to resolve the controversy surrounding him. Rather than objecting, Maria and Alfana immediately offered their authority, promising to secure permission and accept responsibility for the request. With a clear course established, Haitian and his supporters prepared to challenge the rumors, setting the stage for a decisive confrontation. With the preparations complete, Haitian announced that there would be no stream that day, choosing instead to focus on tomorrow's plan. After confirming every detail, Maria and Alfana accepted their assigned roles, while Haitian set the operation to begin the following evening. At night, Alfana arrived at Maria's room, clearly bothered by a question that had remained unresolved since earlier. The discussion quickly turned toward Haitian's secret identity, prompting Maria to wonder whether Alfana had already known the truth. Grabbing her friend in disbelief, Maria reacted with shock, after learning that Alfana had remained unaware of Lord Streamer's identity until now. Overwhelmed by the revelation, Maria completely lost her composure, while Alfana struggled to calm her increasingly frantic reactions. Unable to contain her excitement, Maria shouted that her admired idol was actually her classmate, causing chaos throughout the room. After the damage was repaired, Alfana admitted she had noticed similarities before, especially because Haitian's mannerisms always felt familiar. The conversation suddenly shifted direction when Alfana suggested using future meetings to make Lord Kanata notice Maria's feelings. That unexpected advice created a new problem, leaving Maria completely distracted as she became obsessed with choosing how to address him. Maria's imagination spiraled completely out of control, leading her to draw ridiculous conclusions that left Alfana struggling to correct them. Rather than taking the comments seriously, Alfana laughed at Maria's fantasies, while quietly worrying those thoughts might cause trouble later. Growing unusually serious, Alfana warned Maria not to confuse Lord Kanata with Lord Streamer whenever they interacted at school. The warning carried extra weight because Alfana remembered several reckless incidents from Maria's childhood that demonstrated her poor judgment. Before ending the discussion, Alfana urged Maria to think carefully, reminding her that only a few people knew Haitian's secret identity. After calming down, Alfana pointed out that knowing Haitian's secret placed them ahead of ordinary fans and closer to him. Elsewhere, several listeners noticed the missing broadcast, though only a handful actually knew the true identity behind Streamer. Inspired by that realization, Maria vowed to support Haitian from behind the scenes and protect his secret whenever necessary. Alfana agreed immediately, believing that those entrusted with the truth should act responsibly rather than seek personal recognition. Looking at them now, it became clear that Maria and Alfana had grown beyond simple admirers and become trusted companions. Joining hands with renewed determination, Maria and Alfana promised to support Lord Kanata together, strengthening the bond they had formed. What began as cooperation gradually grew into genuine friendship, as the princess and saintess united behind a shared goal. Their peaceful agreement lasted only moments before both girls started competing over who held the closest place in Kanata's heart. The rivalry escalated so quickly that even they recognized how possessive they sounded, forcing an awkward retreat from their claims. As the operation approached, Alfana suggested watching Lord Streamer's archived broadcasts together, believing it would boost morale before tomorrow. Maria immediately approved the idea, arguing that spending the night worrying would accomplish nothing compared to enjoying his content. Their enthusiasm quickly transformed the gathering into a competition, as both girls proudly challenged each other over favorite broadcasts. Moments later, the discussion shifted toward Lord Streamer himself, and the pair openly addressed their feelings without embarrassment. Before long, Maria and Alfana shouted their affection for Lord Streamer across the night, abandoning any attempt to hide it. After discussing tomorrow's operation, Kanata returned home, determined to prepare thoroughly for the special stream and clear his name. While reviewing the obstacles ahead, he realized an ordinary student could not solve everything alone, and began searching for dependable assistance. Before long, Mira appeared at his side and accompanied him through the capital, offering guidance while leading him toward a useful contact. Thanks to Mira's connections, Kanata met a skilled adult whose services were needed, allowing several important preparations to progress much faster. As the meeting time approached, the required equipment and arrangements came together, leaving Kanata hopeful that tomorrow's stream would succeed. Needing a custom outfit before the planned stream, Kanata sought Mira's help, and she immediately directed him toward reliable craftsmen. Hours passed as they crossed the capital together, gathering supplies and visiting shops until only a short time remained. Upon reaching the meeting location, Kanata discovered Maria's chosen venue, and wondered whether such an impressive place could truly work. After inspecting the completed equipment and final preparations, he felt relieved, though several important issues still required attention. Meanwhile, Alfana and Maria struggled with nervous anticipation, insisting on helping despite the risks surrounding Kanata's hidden identity. During their discussion, Kanata proposed revealing himself, but Alfana immediately discovered a flaw that could expose his identity. Rather than accepting the risk, Alfana offered her secret villa as a safer location and promised stronger protection. To explain her confidence, she revealed that a special barrier surrounded the estate and affected anyone nearby. According to Alfana, the barrier diverted attention from protected areas, making observers ignore details they would normally notice. Encouraged by the explanation, Kanata realized the villa could secure the stream, while Alfana prepared improvements before tomorrow's event. Although Alfana refused to reveal the church's secret technique, she proposed mastering the barrier herself before tomorrow's stream. Hearing that plan, both Alfana and Maria insisted on accompanying Kanata, arguing their presence remained essential for success. After entering the villa, Kanata noticed strange distortions around the barrier, then realized the girls had never truly left. Meanwhile, Crow cheerfully promised continued support from inside the villa, demonstrating loyalty that matched her devoted reputation. Elsewhere, Mira wished Kanata good luck, while he prepared for the broadcast, knowing the decisive moment had finally arrived. While many demons questioned Streamer's intentions and considered him dangerous, Mira defended his character, believing his actions deserved trust rather than suspicion. As evening arrived inside the villa, Alfana called Kanata forward, signaling that the long-awaited stream preparation phase had officially begun. Standing before unfamiliar equipment, Kanata encouraged himself to enjoy the challenge, despite nerves surrounding history's first live broadcast attempt. Elsewhere, a rival broadcaster assembled supporters and launched a hostile stream, determined to expose Streamer before his growing influence expanded further. Following the broadcast's opening, viewers across different regions reacted with shock, as unexpected information spread rapidly through countless devices. At that crucial moment, Kanata appeared on screen, confidently greeting listeners and transforming the event into a legendary performance. As believers watched with excitement, Streamer seized control of the narrative, marking the beginning of a new chapter for everyone. Excitement swept through Ataraxia as Streamer appeared before countless viewers in his signature mask, drawing attention with his mysterious presence. Rather than presenting ordinary entertainment, he dedicated the broadcast to addressing widespread accusations, claiming his activities were connected to mass murders. Seated within his palace, a suspicious noble watched the stream closely, while Streamer criticized those who condemned others without evidence. As the investigation continued, exhaustion became visible on Streamer's face. Even so, devoted followers stood firm and defended him. Back at the castle, preparations for revealing the truth reached their final stage, leaving viewers eager to witness the outcome. After revealing unexpected helpers from afar, Streamer introduced them to the audience, leaving several devoted followers visibly unsettled and confused. Standing before the camera, Maria Ataraxis and Alfana presented themselves as Streamer's supporters, hoping their testimony would strengthen his defense. To demonstrate their trust, Alfana cast a spell affecting nearby viewers, directing their attention towards Streamer's words and actions. The enchantment quickly changed public reactions. Confused comments disappeared, support increased, and Streamer struggled to manage the overwhelming response. Far away, the noble searching for Streamer experienced strange mental interference, finding his thoughts clouded while memories became difficult to grasp. With the audience watching closely, Streamer introduced the next stage of his defense and presented a magical orb designed to measure mana. After explaining the device, he boldly claimed his mana supply was infinite, insisting every broadcast could be powered without assistance. Although the demonstration sounded convincing, concerns remained. Some observers argued critics could dismiss the result as another carefully arranged trick. Maria Ataraxis and Alfana proposed a solution, believing their presence during the test would remove doubts and strengthen credibility. As tension filled the room, Streamer prepared to activate the orb. Nearby viewers fixed their attention on the coming proof. As Streamer poured mana into the orb, its color shifted wildly between gold and black, surprising even Maria Ataraxis and Alfana. Rather than reaching a measurable limit, the orb endured impossible amounts of mana, leaving witnesses stunned by the phenomenon unfolding. Moments later, the overloaded orb began glowing with rainbow colors before rising into the air, completely defying normal expectations. Unable to contain the energy any longer, the orb drifted through the castle and escaped outside, alarming everyone present. Faced with the unexpected disaster, Streamer quickly requested assistance from Maria Ataraxis and Alfana before the runaway orb vanished. Chasing the runaway orb through the castle, Streamer and his companions watched in disbelief as it suddenly changed direction again. Across Rogias, countless viewers noticed strange lights outside their windows. Confusion spread rapidly as everyone looked toward the sky. While some citizens reacted with fear, others admired the sight. The floating orb continued painting the night with radiant colors. Gathered on a balcony, Streamer, Maria Ataraxis, and Alfana observed the spectacle overhead, comparing the glowing phenomenon to an aurora. After examining the orb, Alphana concluded that streamer's overflowing mana had escaped and transformed into the magnificent display above. The miraculous aurora spread across multiple nations, proving streamer's limitless mana while creating a phenomenon unknown throughout Ataraxia. Watching the strange lights cover the heavens, citizens interpreted the spectacle as a divine sign, causing streamer's original argument to backfire. While celebrations erupted among supporters, the noble refused to accept defeat and searched for another explanation behind the event. Inside the castle, streamer listened in disbelief as people credited him with controlling the skies, leaving Maria Ataraxis delighted. By the following day, stories of the miracle had spread everywhere, attracting even greater anticipation for streamer's next broadcast. Sitting alone after the incident, streamer reflected on his sudden fame, appreciating the support while growing increasingly exhausted. Throughout the capital, excited fans continued discussing the miraculous aurora, preventing streamer from enjoying proper rest during his breaks. Hearing people describe the phenomenon as a divine miracle, he struggled to understand why everyone credited him for it. Meanwhile, curious students surrounded Alphana, eagerly asking about her relationship with streamer and the events behind the broadcast. Not far away, Maria Ataraxis faced a similar situation as crowds demanded details about streamer and everything happening backstage. As classes resumed, streamer prepared to return to ordinary student life, while considering how he could properly repay Maria and Alphana. Leaving the academy grounds, he looked forward to finally resting. Nearby, admirers and critics continued arguing about his growing fame. Reflecting on recent events, streamer realized jealousy and resentment among Senthi's nobles had fueled many accusations directed against him. According to Maria Ataraxis, the royal knights later discovered evidence at Rikpa's residence and forced him to confess, stripped of his wealth and influence before imprisonment. Rikpa collapsed in defeat, bringing the controversy surrounding streamer to an end. After losing everything, Rikpa rejected the punishment awaiting him and offered an apology, though his words carried little weight. Information later revealed that Alphana and her allies had located Rikpa beforehand, exposing his actions long before the knights arrived. Walking through the academy grounds, Kanata reflected on the incident and resolved to teach viewers greater caution and judgment. Despite reaching a peaceful conclusion, he blamed himself for escalating events and considered handling future broadcasts with greater care. Before returning home, Kanata encountered Alphana, who noticed his troubled expression and became concerned about his future streaming plans. Reassuring Alphana, Kanata promised to continue streaming despite recent troubles, hoping both his audience and companions could enjoy themselves. Relief appeared on Alphana's face after hearing his decision. Her worries faded, replaced by gratitude for Kanata's determination. Watching him leave, Alphana reflected on their friendship and silently vowed to support Kanata even more from then onward. Returning to his room, Kanata expected a peaceful evening. Instead, he discovered Mira waiting inside and requesting his assistance. Mira revealed her decision to retire from working as the Crow, marking the beginning of a new chapter in her life. While discussing Mira's future, Kanata listened with concern as she described her plans after leaving her former position behind. Checking public reactions online, Kanata discovered rumors claiming the Crow's disappearance was connected to streamer, creating another potential headache. Later that day, Maria Ataraxis returned from work and searched for Kanata, eager to spend time with him. The reunion became chaotic when Mira declared herself Kanata's personal bodyguard, leaving Maria bewildered by the announcement. Refusing to surrender, Maria argued that she would be a far better protector, turning the situation into an unexpected rivalry. Approaching the academy grounds, Kana noticed unusual commotion nearby and wondered whether Kanata had become involved in another situation. Curiosity guided Kana closer to the noise. Expecting to surprise Kanata during her visit, she quietly observed from afar. Upon encountering Mira for the first time, Kana hesitated in confusion. Neither recognized the other despite sharing Kanata's circle. Before long, Kanata found himself surrounded again as Mira and Maria Ataraxis continued competing over who should protect him. Although new complications kept appearing around him, streamer remained determined to pursue bigger goals and expand his broadcasts further. Ignoring the chaos surrounding him, Kanata set his sights on greater success, determined to expand his influence and reach even more people. From above, a mysterious observer watched Kanata's journey with approval, believing his future would continue unfolding in remarkable directions. High within the heavens, the watcher reflected on Kanata's progress and quietly observed the path stretching before him. Elsewhere, Goddess Isla followed his activities with growing interest, amused by his creativity and eager to watch future streams. Completely exhausted after recent events, Kanata headed home to prepare for broadcasting while several devoted girls followed behind him. The moment his name was mentioned, Maria Ataraxis, Alphana, Mira, and Kana reacted at once, their attention fixed entirely on him. Unaware of the growing affection surrounding him, Kanata walked forward toward new adventures, while his followers rushed after him enthusiastically. 1 week after the Aurora incident, Kanata reflected on his growing popularity and began considering the value of his supporters. During a meeting, Maria Ataraxis and Alphana explained that many people remained fascinated by the miracle and continued following him. Beyond ordinary admiration, artists across the kingdom created paintings and merchandise inspired by streamer, competing to showcase their devotion. Maria Ataraxis and Alphana proposed selling related goods to interested fans, believing the project would strengthen support for Kanata. Although surprised by the suggestion, Kanata appreciated their enthusiasm and felt fortunate to have such dependable companions beside him. Unaware of the consequences, Kanata nearly encouraged even greater devotion from Maria Ataraxis and Alphana, placing himself in future danger. Meanwhile, discussion shifted toward possible merchandise ideas. Excited by the opportunity, Maria Ataraxis eagerly imagined products fans would enjoy. Soon afterward, news spread that a statue of goddess Isla had mysteriously changed overnight, leaving everyone puzzled by the incident. Rather than viewing the event as suspicious, many believers accepted it without question, trusting Lord Streamer's involvement as sufficient explanation. As curiosity continued spreading, students gathered around Maria Ataraxis, wondering about the growing connection between Streamer and the church. When Maria Ataraxis suggested another idea involving the church, Kanata immediately rejected it, leaving her embarrassed and Alphana amused. Elsewhere, goddess Isla continued producing streamer merchandise with great enthusiasm, showing no intention of slowing down anytime soon. Later that day, Alphana informed Kanata that she had important business to handle and invited him to accompany her. Keeping the details secret, Alphana promised everything would become clear soon, leaving Kanata curious about her true intentions. Their outing was interrupted when Kana appeared without warning and eagerly recommended visiting a newly opened store nearby. After finding Mira still living nearby, Kanata questioned how long she intended to remain around him, hoping for a clear answer. Instead of causing trouble during the accusations, Mira had protected Kanata's identity. Grateful, he finally acknowledged her efforts. Although she promised to find work and become independent, Mira showed little interest in leaving Kanata's side anytime soon. Embarrassed by his concern, Mira became emotional when Kanata offered encouragement, leaving her deeply touched by his kindness. Their conversation continued through the city until Kanata noticed a familiar building, bringing them closer to Kana's workplace. Arriving at Kana's workplace, Kanata found her busy with customers. Even so, she happily greeted him after their recent separation. Recognizing each other from an earlier encounter, Kana and Mira exchanged introductions, while Kanata awkwardly watched the unexpected meeting. As their conversation continued, the two girls seemed to understand one another surprisingly well, leaving Kanata confused by their reactions. Wanting to change the atmosphere, Kanata invited them to lunch. Both accepted immediately and followed him to a nearby restaurant. During the meal, Kana spoke about her daily routine and coworkers, while expressing amazement at the expensive food Kanata ordered. The discussion shifted when Kana revealed she had recently shared a meal with Maria Ataraxis and Alphana, surprising Kanata considerably. About 6 days earlier, Kana met Maria and Alphana, sharing meals, conversations, and experiences that gradually developed into a close friendship. While explaining their growing connection, Kana revealed plans for a support group dedicated to streamer, causing Kanata to choke instantly. With obvious pride, she admitted the organization remained unofficial, yet she already considered herself the third member within its ranks. Kanata questioned whether Kana also counted herself among his viewers, worried by where the discussion was heading. Before he could recover, Kana mentioned merchandise ideas and fan club plans, leaving Kanata horrified by their escalating devotion and enthusiasm. Stretching out her hand, Kana confessed that Streamer's words rescued her when she needed guidance most, making him the person she treasured above everyone else. Meanwhile, Mira admitted she overslept and missed the gathering, leaving Kanata stunned after discovering the support group existed. As Mira wandered away to wash up, Kanata remained frozen in disbelief, still trying to process everything he had learned. Without warning, Kana wrapped herself around Kanata and offered to become his first follower, sending him straight into panic. The gathering concluded on a pleasant note, with everyone expressing gratitude for the meal before heading home satisfied and cheerful. Although countless questions lingered in Kanata's mind regarding Mira and the others, he decided tonight would remain free from complications and obligations. At evening, Alphana revealed herself as the founder of Streamer's support group, welcoming attendees while presenting herself with striking confidence. During the meeting, Maria explained that their goal involved creating conditions where Lord Streamer could continue growing. Keeping her recruitment plans selective for now, Alphana mentioned that only trusted insiders would participate before additional members joined later. Alphana detected an unfamiliar presence observing the gathering through magic, recognizing that the intruder possessed unusual capabilities and skill. After detecting the hidden observer, the group watched in surprise as Maria appeared to challenge the intruder's abilities and intentions. Emerging from concealment, Mira boldly requested membership beside Kana, while another participant politely asked permission to join despite modest qualifications. Recognition spread across the room as everyone realized the newcomers were connected to recent events, prompting excitement and immediate acceptance. Without hesitation, Alphana approved their participation, expressing enthusiasm about cooperating together while reaffirming their shared dedication towards supporting Lord Streamer. Moments later, every member united behind the same declaration, repeating their devotion to Lord Streamer with synchronized determination and energy. Watching from above, the goddess amused herself by imagining future chapter titles while observing Streamer's growing influence and expanding circle of followers. Meanwhile, unaware of the support organization forming around him, Kanata relaxed during his day off and enjoyed a peaceful bath. While reading viewer comments during his stream, Kanata admitted that both the princess and the scientist matched his ideal type remarkably well. His declaration triggered chaos among single viewers, who celebrated after hearing him praise the two admired women. Meanwhile, Maria and Alphana reacted with overwhelming excitement, fixating on the fact that Kanata had called them his type later. Kanata gathered students for combat practice, and explained that their enchanted uniforms could weaken hostile magic and reduce injuries. To conclude the lesson, he introduced a badge-based training match, where victory depended on destroying an opponent's badge before losing one's own. Two unwilling students were selected for the first demonstration match, and it ended almost when one was overwhelmed and his badge shattered. Watching the one-sided result, Kanata reflected that forcing people into fights usually led to outcomes exactly like that. A cocky upperclassman then challenged Kanata, encouraged by classmates who wanted to see the peasant put in his place. The challenger launched a powerful fire spell, but the attack vanished before reaching Kanata, shocking both the spectators and the referee. Overall, these pages establish the rules of the training exercise, while setting up a confrontation that demonstrates Kanata's anti-magic equipment and abilities. Kanata reflected on the duel and admitted his defensive wall originated from knowledge, remembered from his previous life, created during battle drawing. Inspiration from fantasy manga. Kanata shaped a magical barrier, redirected the incoming attack, and prepared his response. The returned spell crashed into the noble student, shattering his badge and ending the match before spectators understood what happened. The defeated student fell onto the ground with scorched clothing, while Kanata praised his control and recognized the student's considerable talent. Despite securing victory, Kanata noticed noble prejudice remained strong, prompting him to stay cautious and prevent unnecessary conflicts. After the match ended, Kanata reassured himself that Maria and Alphana still supported him, easing concerns about hostility from other students. Returning home, Kanata considered eating an early dinner, but someone unexpectedly called out to him before he could relax. Several classmates surrounded Kanata, praised his performance, and insisted he accompany them, leaving him little chance to refuse. The group defended Kanata from criticism, reminding others about his victory, while he watched the growing argument with concern. Kanata surrendered when the students challenged him again, allowing Maria and Alphana to lead him away from trouble. Kanata thanked his classmates for defending him and hoped to leave peacefully, but another student blocked his path before departure. As Kanata tried to understand the situation, everyone except him suddenly froze in place, creating a strange and unsettling scene. Kanata realized that every person around him had become frozen in place, leaving him alone and confirming that something unusual had happened. Hashimita appeared beside Kanata and criticized the surrounding students, insisting that ordinary people should never treat him with disrespect. After acknowledging the existence of Kanata's followers, Hashimita noticed the nearby students and judged their actions toward him unfavorably. Refusing to overlook the situation, Hashimita declared that the offenders deserved punishment and prepared to remove them from Kanata's presence. Using her mysterious ability, Hashimita eliminated one target and celebrated the result, while Kanata watched the unexpected event unfold. Believing it would save time and effort, Hashimita decided to erase every remaining offender at once, considering the task annoying and repetitive. When Kanata protested, the goddess revealed a shocking truth, admitting that she was the same being he summoned years ago. During their conversation, Hashimita explained that erased individuals were insignificant to her because new replacements could appear whenever necessary. Rejecting that philosophy, Kanata argued that lives were not interchangeable objects, insisting that convenience never justified removing people from existence. With unwavering confidence, Hashimita claimed even a destroyed world could be restored through recreation. While Kanata remained troubled by her reasoning, Kanata challenged Hashimita's actions, arguing that freezing time and removing unwanted people made her resemble a monster rather than a compassionate goddess. Explaining his beliefs, Kanata admitted that nobody was liked by everyone, yet accepting differences remained an important part of ordinary life. Although some followers had behaved poorly toward him, Kanata acknowledged the problem without hatred and continued trying to understand. After hearing his perspective, Hashimita began understanding Kanata's character better and realized his values differed from her own worldview. Wanting proof instead of assumptions, Hashimita embraced Kanata to test his reaction, then revealed that her earlier threats were only hypothetical. Still confused by her behavior, Kanata questioned why a goddess would wear clothing featuring her own image, finding the choice surprisingly strange. Without any embarrassment, Hashimita explained that she personally designed the shirt and even placed the same image upon her statue. As their conversation continued, Hashimita revealed herself as Kanata's oldest supporter, admitting she had followed and watched his broadcasts since beginning. Remembering earlier days, she noted that Kanata lacked enthusiasm at first, and even abandoned his small audience during broadcasts. Sometimes laughing at Kanata's reaction, Hashimita declared that if a goddess like herself seemed unusual, then the world shared that problem. Embarrassed by Kanata's criticism, Hashimita admitted nobody had ever commented on her appearance that way, making the unusual goddess surprisingly self-conscious. While discussing the shirts, Hashimita casually revealed that thousands were already being produced, leaving Kanata shocked by her enormous dedication. As her time in the mortal realm ended, Hashimita explained that staying longer risked damaging reality's balance, forcing her departure. Before disappearing completely, she encouraged Kanata to keep growing his audience, expressing confidence that many more supporters would follow. With a final farewell, Hashimita vanished from sight, leaving Kanata stunned while the surrounding students continued causing chaos around him. After Hashimita disappeared, Kanata stood frozen in disbelief, convinced the entire experience was absurd and far beyond anything considered normal. 3 days later, Kanata returned to school and reflected on recent events, still surprised that time had resumed without explanation. Meanwhile, the students previously targeted suddenly panicked and apologized, acting as though they remembered a terrifying experience nobody understood. Observing the strange change, Kanata suspected Hashimita had influenced them somehow, though he lacked evidence and questioned whether he imagined it. Back at his stream, Kanata remained confused by recent events, wondering why everyone treated him despite receiving no explanation. Elsewhere, Hashimita reflected on her growing attachment to Kanata, admitting that watching his activities had become meaningful, even for a goddess. Another goddess named Isla appeared and noticed Hashimita's unusual interest, questioning why she continued paying such close attention to humanity. Rather than denying it, Hashimita openly admitted her concern, revealing that Kanata's reaction made her worry she had crossed a line. In the end, she confessed that the erased students had actually been restored afterward, though she deliberately kept that truth from Kanata. After a fierce confrontation, Alphana drove back a dangerous enemy threatening the human realm, yet the opponent escaped before she could finish him. Recognizing the growing crisis, Mira urged immediate action and requested Lucia's presence, while confirming that Alphana had survived the battle unharmed. Meanwhile, Kanata spent time reflecting on recent events, wondering whether the mysterious goddess would appear again despite his uncertain memories. 2 restored girls stayed close beside Kanata, leaving him uncomfortable while they treated ordinary friendship with surprising intensity. Unable to understand their behavior, the girls struggled to match Kanata's pace, questioning whether such attachment was considered normal among humans. Isla presented new merchandise featuring Kanata's image, explaining that production was progressing well, while showcasing badges and bags prepared for supporters. Examining the samples, Kanata worried his likeness would become famous everywhere, though Isla reassured him that imitators could never match his appeal. Kanata encountered Mira and Alphana together, causing confusion before the group exchanged farewells and promised to meet again soon. When Mira introduced herself, Kanata learned she belonged among his supporters, while others speculated about her background without pressing further questions. Although uncertainty remained regarding Mira's origins, everyone accepted her presence and Kanata adjusted to another unusual supporter joining his circle. While Kanata watched, Mira and Alphana celebrated their acceptance together, reassuring each other that their identities remained unchanged despite recent revelations. Seeking clarification, Kanata asked about Mira's unusual abilities, and Alphana explained that opposing mana weakened spells without canceling their effects. After hearing the explanation, Kanata concluded Mira possessed less power than Alphana, though her skills remained useful against certain opponents. Discussion shifted toward Mira's family, and Kanata learned she came from royalty, including siblings who had become interested in meeting him. Surprised, Mira reacted with embarrassment, as others revealed her relatives had discussed Kanata often and wished for introductions. Reflecting on recent events, Kanata decided he should repay the support others had given him, comparing their situation to friendships within his family. Hearing his thoughts, Alphana expressed gratitude for his kindness, while Mira listened and reacted with visible jealousy. Mira demanded attention for herself, accepted candy from Kanata, then stormed away while insisting she would return home early. Elsewhere in the capital, Lucia worked at her computer and apologized to viewers, continuing her duties despite interruptions from those around her. During an interspecies meeting, officials discussed streamer merchandise, agreeing they admired Kanata but questioning whether such gifts suited formal diplomatic gatherings. During an interspecies meeting, exhausted participants struggled to concentrate, repeatedly drifting toward discussions about Kanata's streams instead of important diplomatic matters. As attention wandered further, representatives answered questions about Canada, leaving several leaders concerned that the gathering was losing focus. Meanwhile, Lucia managed the meeting while Alphana endured her responsibilities, wishing she could pursue Lega instead of remaining trapped indoors. Later, Kanata received a donation message from an unknown supporter, leaving him confused and uncertain about the sender's identity. After reading viewers' comments, Kanata discovered an elderly donor had contributed money, while Mira and Alphana questioned strange rumors spreading online. After noticing suspicious donations appearing outside normal streams, Mira and Alphana ended the broadcast and began investigating the strange reports. While Kanata struggled to understand the situation, Mira arrived at his home, uninvited, declaring herself his bodyguard and causing further confusion. Meanwhile, leaders across different nations discussed the growing fraud problem, fearing widespread chaos if the impersonators continued deceiving supporters everywhere. Determined to solve the crisis, Lucia requested cooperation from King Ataraxis, promising to uncover the culprit responsible for abusing Kanata's reputation. Setting aside old conflicts, humans and demons agreed to work together, hoping to capture Lega and restore stability throughout the human realm. A man named Max celebrated after collecting large amounts of donated money, feeling amazed that impersonating Kanata had brought such effortless rewards. Counting his earnings with satisfaction, Max convinced himself that pretending familiarity with Kanata was harmless because supporters had trusted him. After calculating the profits, he justified his actions further, believing the scheme barely qualified as fraud, since some money still reached Kanata returning home that evening. Max prepared to enjoy his success, only to discover a mysterious woman waiting outside his residence. The stranger introduced herself, leaving Max shocked as she revealed unusual interest in the person responsible for the donations. Believing the mysterious woman admired him, Max followed her advances with excitement, unaware she already knew his identity and hidden intentions. Drawing close with a dangerous smile, Mira revealed her true desire, leaving Max stunned when she claimed she wanted his heart. Before he understood her meaning, Mira trapped Max within a terrifying illusion, forcing him to experience punishment, reflecting his greed and deception. Passing night discovered the unconscious victim, praising Mira's skill while noticing the strange sweetness lingering throughout the area. When questioned about Max's condition, Mira explained she had placed him into a dream where his stolen guilt consumed him. Mira surprised the knight by admitting demons now followed Kanata's example, preferring cooperation over violence while seeking peaceful relations with humans. After hearing her explanation, the knight accepted Mira's sincerity and thanked the succubus for helping resolve the scammer incident. Meanwhile, Mira revealed she could locate Kanata whenever necessary through mana detection, though she avoided doing so out of respect. Before celebrating further, Mira reminded everyone that the greater threat remained unresolved, since the dangerous demon Lega still escaped capture. Her warning shifted the conversation, prompting the group to acknowledge that defeating the scammer solved little without stopping Lega. Reports revealed Lega had researched mana concealment techniques and started a rebellion, creating fears that recent peace between humans and demons could collapse. While discussing, Mira explained Lega remained injured and inactive, making the present moment their best opportunity to investigate. Soon, Lucia sent detailed records covering every settlement in Ataraxis, requesting widespread searches while guarding the capital herself. Thanks to coordinated efforts, authorities strengthened security measures across nations, resolved the scammer case, and prepared responses against future crimes. Although proud of completing the mission, Mira looked forward to praise from Kanata, hoping her achievements would earn recognition. After finishing the investigation, Kanata thanked Mira for her support, leaving the demon girl delighted when he gently praised her efforts. Later that night, Kanata asked Mira to help test an idea for his streaming career, requesting her honest opinion afterward. Determined to impress him, Mira approached with confidence, yet her former assassin instincts almost surfaced and ruined the moment completely. Realizing how close she came to making a frightening expression, Mira panicked and worried that her behavior might alarm Kanata. Meanwhile, Kanata waited outside, wondering whether the experiment succeeded. Unaware, Mira remained inside, struggling with embarrassment and excitement. With the scamming incident settled, Haitian arrived at the royal palace, where King Atheus and Maria welcomed him as an honored guest. Atheus expressed satisfaction with Haitian's recent accomplishments, while Maria's younger siblings surrounded the streamer with visible excitement. The gathering expanded when Maria's father and mother entered the room, prompting Haitian to realize that this meeting carried greater importance. Having met Maria's younger siblings, Haitian came to understand more about her family, while those closest to her continued watching him. Caught between Maria and another admirer, Haitian found himself overwhelmed by their attention, as nearby attendants observed the unusual situation. While discussing future plans with Maria's family, Haitian explained that meeting people would help him recruit staff and expand his activities. Across the room, Maria's younger siblings protested when Haitian received most of the attention. While Maria watched the scene with delight, curious about the energetic children, Haitian introduced himself and learned they were Maria's siblings, Ars and Fion. Despite their awkward start, amused by their enthusiasm, Haitian praised both children, causing Ars and Fion to beam with pride under his attention. Once introductions concluded, the siblings asked to appear on Haitian's streams, leaving the king responsible for restoring order. Eager to participate, Ars and Fion suddenly announced the start of a stream, drawing excited reactions from everyone gathered inside. The unexpected performance overwhelmed several spectators at once, forcing King Atheus to support Maria, while others struggled to remain conscious. Unlike the others, Maria endured the excitement and concluded that Haitian's supporters had not yet fully arrived at the castle. After the commotion settled, Haitian thanked Kanata for previous assistance and remembered an important matter forgotten during the scamming incident. Outside the palace, crowds gathered around merchant stalls as anticipation spread throughout the city for the release of limited goods. After reviewing the overwhelming demand, Haitian learned that the merchandise lottery had attracted far more applicants than anyone originally expected. To guarantee a fair selection process, church members, royal knights, and demons were assigned to handle the enormous volume of entries. During the discussion, Haitian admitted the project would have faced serious delays if the recent scamming incident had remained unresolved. Concerned about possible unrest among devoted supporters, Haitian imagined frustrated fans causing chaos after hearing that merchandise sales were postponed. Outside the venue, organizers announced strict rules for attendees, while sales in the demon world would begin after Lega's capture. With sales officially underway, staff carefully checked winning documents, while Kanata warned participants that forged claims would be discovered immediately. Across the venue, successful winners celebrated receiving limited merchandise, while countless supporters expressed disbelief after finally obtaining the coveted goods. Watching the excitement unfold, Haitian realized the merchandise carried remarkable influence, leaving Kanata amused by the overwhelming reactions around them. A short while later, Alfana approached Haitian with a mischievous expression and brought up rumors concerning his activities with Mira. While discussing recent events, Alfana approached Haitian with a teasing smile and hinted that Mira had shared something interesting. Without giving him time to recover, Alfana revealed that Mira had spoken proudly about their time together, leaving Haitian deeply embarrassed. Pressed for an answer, Haitian reluctantly admitted Alfana's suspicion was correct, while she quietly regretted allowing Mira to reveal everything. The confession struck Alfana harder than expected, causing tears to appear as she questioned whether she had fallen behind Mira. After hearing Mira's description, Alfana struggled to control her emotions, then demanded an explanation from Kanata, with an unsettling smile. Seeking confirmation, Alfana questioned Haitian about Mira's claims, and he admitted that they had indeed spent time together. Rather than feeling shocked by the revelation itself, Alfana and Mira's supporters became upset because they had been excluded. Sensing an opportunity to calm the situation, Haitian promised to spend time with them as well, producing immediate confusion. Although her frustration eased somewhat, Alfana confessed that her real disappointment came from not being the first to share that experience. Meanwhile, Mira attempted to justify her feelings through comparisons and compatibility, though her flustered expression revealed growing insecurity beneath her arguments. Accepting Haitian's proposal, Alfana and Mira agreed to meet him later that night, though both appeared surprised by the invitation. After they departed, Haishin returned his attention to business matters and felt relieved that merchandise sales were progressing smoothly. Elsewhere, Maria and Alfana trained together in a hot spring, determined to improve themselves before facing future challenges. Despite her worries, Alfana received encouragement from Maria, who insisted that confidence and determination mattered more than fear. Later, Haishin thanked both girls for their efforts, causing Maria and Alfana to react with visible embarrassment and quiet satisfaction. Later that evening, Haishin gathered Mira and Alfana in his room, announcing a new experiment that would require their assistance. When the unfamiliar term confused everyone present, Haishin explained that ASMR was streaming content designed to create unique sensory experiences. To demonstrate the concept, Haishin described using magic to alter his voice, allowing listeners to experience tingling sensations directly. Although initially suspicious of the idea, Mira accepted his explanation after learning that Maria and Alfana had inspired the experiment. Preparing for the broadcast, Haishin requested Mira's terminal identification number and revealed his intention to create a stream exclusively for her. As the first trial continued, Haishin realized the results were disappointing, prompting him to adjust the experiment and search for stronger reactions. A sudden change in the magical effect startled everyone present, while Mira and Alfana struggled to understand what had just happened. Trying to describe the sensation, Mira explained that Haishin's altered voice seemed to reach her mind, leaving her unsettled. To gather more reliable data, Haishin continued the test, despite their reactions, causing both girls to become increasingly flustered and overwhelmed. Once the experiment concluded, Haishin reflected on possible improvements and considered incorporating popular ASMR themes into future broadcasts. Examining the girls' reactions, Haishin concluded that the experiment had achieved its purpose, though the results appeared stronger than anticipated. Wanting additional data, Haishin asked Mira whether she wanted him to say anything specific, and she immediately offered a suggestion. Following her request, Haishin thanked Mira for supporting the experiment, causing her to become noticeably more emotional than before. Using an old script as reference, Haishin continued the test and carefully spoke directly to Mira, Maria, and Alfana in turn. The final lines overwhelmed the girls, forcing Haishin to admit that ASMR possessed unexpected appeal, despite requiring further refinement. Recovering from the experiment, Mira and Alfana volunteered to assist future tests, insisting that far more data would be needed. Agreeing with their assessment, Haishin accepted their support and concluded that developing successful ASMR broadcasts would require considerable time. Away from the others, Mira confessed that the experiment had overwhelmed her, leaving even her magical defenses difficult to maintain. Collapsed beneath the night sky, she wondered whether such powerful broadcasts should ever reach the public, despite finding the experience irresistible. Meanwhile, Haishin reflected on the unexpected success of his merchandise campaign and decided to send part of his earnings home. Unaware of the approaching danger, Haishin enjoyed his accomplishments, while a demon prepared to attack his hometown within days. While working in the fields alongside other villagers, Meza finished her tasks for the day before noticing a familiar figure nearby. After approaching the visitor, she learned that the traveler was Lega, whose cheerful attitude quickly eased the awkward introduction. During their conversation, Lega asked about her recovery, and Meza explained that the injuries she suffered were nearly healed. Remembering her desperate escape from the bandits, Meza reflected on the painful experience while speaking honestly about her past. Despite everything that had happened, Meza admitted that meeting Kanata and the villagers had brought happiness back into her life. While speaking with Lega, Meza admitted that thoughts of Kanata often returned to her mind, causing concern for his future. After leaving the conversation behind, Lega's cheerful expression vanished, revealing intense hatred as she quietly judged humanity's worth. Far from the village celebration, Lega recovered her strength and blamed Shruza for forcing her into an inconvenient situation. As night approached, she decided to destroy everyone connected to the settlement, viewing both the villagers and Kanata as obstacles. Unaware of the danger drawing closer, the villagers gathered to celebrate Lega's recovery while a deadly threat prepared to strike. During the celebration, the villagers laughed and chatted together until a towering figure suddenly appeared, turning the cheerful atmosphere silent. Without warning, Lega revealed her true nature and announced her intention to devour everyone present, shocking the terrified villagers. As panic spread across the gathering, Meza stepped forward with her farming tool and ordered the children to escape. Refusing to abandon the villagers, Meza challenged Lega directly and prepared herself for a battle she could not win. Before Lega could strike, Lucia suddenly appeared beside Meza, surprising the demon who had failed to detect her presence. Just as Meza prepared to face Lega alone, Lucia arrived and intercepted the attack, revealing herself to be a succubus. Recognizing Meza as Kanata's mother, Lega mocked her connection to him and declared that she would die without purpose. Before Lega could finish her attack, a powerful strike crashed into the battlefield and knocked the demon away from Meza. After Lucia exposed her hidden technique, Shruza stepped onto the battlefield, immediately drawing Lega's attention and changing the situation. Standing before everyone, Shruza calmly addressed Lega, forcing the demon to recognize that a far more dangerous opponent had arrived. The conversation ended abruptly when Shruza accused Lega of attempting to murder Kanata's parents, igniting overwhelming fury within her. Hearing the accusation, Lega completely abandoned her composure and swore revenge, declaring that Shruza's actions could never be forgiven. As murderous intent filled the battlefield, Lucia concluded that Lega's fate was sealed, while the conflict escalated beyond her control. Certain that his trap had succeeded, Shruza watched until Lucia exposed the truth, revealing that the entire situation was only an illusion. After uncovering the deception, Lucia left Lega's matter to her companion and shifted her full attention toward confronting Shruza. Meanwhile, Shruza realized he had been transported into a remote area of the demon realm, far away from Rajan and civilization. Convinced nobody could interfere, he mocked Lucia's actions and relied on the barrier, believing the isolated prison guaranteed his safety. To Lucia's surprise, Shruza displayed a frightening transformation as his mana expanded, reaching a level far beyond before. Rather than retreating, Shruza unveiled his true power and launched a devastating attack, claiming his strength had increased nearly 1,000-fold. Facing the overwhelming display, Lucia defended humanity's value, arguing that demons should recognize the kindness, cooperation, and support humans share. As the debate continued, Lucia revealed her deeper wish, hoping demons and humans could coexist peacefully and eventually build families together. Hearing such an unexpected proposal, Shruza stood speechless, while Lucia boldly insisted that interspecies marriage should become possible someday. Behind her passionate argument, Lucia finally exposed her personal motivation, dreaming that one day she would have Kanata's child. Even after hearing Lucia's dream of coexistence, Shruza rejected her ideals, insisting demons had spent centuries taking pleasure in slaughtering humans. Without hesitation, Lucia charged forward and struck Shruza, dedicating her attack to Kanata and the villagers whose hometowns suffered destruction. Driven by anger and devotion, Lucia unleashed another barrage, offering her fists on behalf of Streamer and their imagined future family. Although Shruza struggled to move, he remained confused by Lucia's obsession, prompting her to explain Kanata's importance personally. With complete confidence, Lucia declared Kanata was unquestionably her future spouse, leaving Shruza stunned, while another crushing blow approached. During the battle, Lucia delivered a crushing attack while mocking Shruza's inexperience, exposing how little he understood human relationships and affection. Once the conflict ended, villagers resumed rebuilding their homes, and a concerned companion approached Lucia to check her condition. Despite claiming victory, Lucia suddenly collapsed from exhaustion, revealing that Shruza's attacks had left her far more injured than expected. After carrying the burden of leadership for days without rest, Lucia's body finally reached its limit and forced her unconscious. Some time later, Lucia awakened in a bed surrounded by familiar faces, confused about her location but relieved to be safe. Upon waking in the village, Lucia met Meza, who thanked her for protecting Kanata and helping defend the settlement. Caught off guard by the gratitude, Lucia decided the situation could no longer remain hidden and prepared to explain everything. As Meza expressed appreciation for her actions, Lucia learned the villagers viewed the current demon lord far more favorably. During the conversation, Lucia discovered she had been sleeping in Kanata's room, leaving her embarrassed and completely stunned. Moments later, Meza revealed the outfit belonged to Kanata, explaining it was a spare costume stored at his family home. After confirming Kanata's streaming identity, Lucia and Shruza realized only a handful of people knew the truth and agreed to protect it. Recognizing how important the secret was, the two demons promised cooperation, believing concealing Kanata's activities would spare him trouble. While listening to Meza's story, Lucia noticed missing clothes and began wondering whether Kanata had secretly prepared something beforehand. The discussion soon shifted toward Kanata's preferences, leaving Lucia and Shruza speechless after hearing Meza's unexpected remarks about appearances. Embarrassment spread across the room as Meza jokingly imagined Kanata's future family, causing both demon women to freeze in shock. Unable to forget those words, the embarrassed demon pair exchanged heated reactions, their imaginations running wild as Meza's teasing continued. Meanwhile, Lucia and Shruza secretly promoted Kanata's streaming activities, hiding their identities while nearby humans remained unaware of their motives. That evening, an unusual light suddenly appeared above the city, drawing attention across the capital and interrupting the ordinary atmosphere. Far from the celebration, Kanata wandered through Randall without realizing his hometown had survived disaster, while strange lights filled the night sky. On another day, Kanata and his classmates received an invitation to visit Randall, prompting the group to consider a short journey together. Stepping forward confidently, Maria requested everyone join the outing, explaining that Alfana had praised Kanata's acceptance of people regardless of status. After making preparations and arranging schedules, Kanata and the others departed the following morning, traveling toward Randall by Wyvern carriage. Upon arriving in the town, the group explored local attractions while discussing useful magic items, though Alfana remained behind in the capital. During their sightseeing, Kanata mentioned helping Alfana experience more freedom someday, causing Maria to misinterpret his concern as romance. Upon arriving at the estate, Kanata and his classmates were greeted by Athena Faratoa, the Duke's daughter, whose status impressed everyone. Athena escorted Maria toward the mansion for a scheduled meeting, while the remaining students prepared for their own activities. As the group discussed their plans, Kanata chose to study magic items, prompting his classmates to head elsewhere around town. Watching his friends leave together, Kanata reflected on youthful friendships and relationships before continuing his separate plans through the district. After wandering the artisan quarter for quite some time, Kanata grew tired and decided to rest while searching for his destination. While resting alone in the artisan district, Kanata noticed a girl and initially assumed she was simply thinking about romance. Moments later, he discovered the girl was an obsessed admirer of Lord Streamer, speaking to a handmade doll resembling him. After approaching her, Kanata learned she created the doll herself, and the conversation revealed she was one of his fans. A forgotten pin exposed the girl's connection to Lord Streamer, forcing Kanata to continue the awkward discussion despite his growing concern. As their talk continued, the fan eagerly questioned Kanata about recent news surrounding Lord Streamer, the princess, and the scientists. Listening to the girl's unusual admiration for Lord Streamer, Kanata felt uneasy because her devotion reminded him of Mira's overwhelming enthusiasm. Holding the handmade doll, the girl revealed that Lord Streamer's words had once saved her life during a difficult period. Caught off guard by her statement, Kanata struggled to remember helping anyone in such a significant way through his broadcasts. While guiding her toward the artisan district, Kanata encouraged her story, hoping to understand how their connection had begun months earlier. As the explanation continued, Kanata compared her behavior with several eccentric admirers he had encountered before, yet she still seemed exceptional. After thanking Kanata for his company, Lisa introduced herself properly, then departed while expressing gratitude and promising to discuss Lord Streamer again. Once Lisa left, Kanata finally reached the artisan district, relieved to continue his original objective after the unexpected encounter. Exploring the marketplace, he noticed stores separating nobles from commoners, revealing that Randall still struggled with class discrimination issues. Observing the unfair treatment firsthand, Kanata listened to merchants justify their practices by claiming commoners produced lower quality goods and services. Disgusted by the blatant prejudice, Kanata condemned the discriminatory business and questioned why social status mattered more than individual ability. While walking, Kanata witnessed a merchant insulting another craftsman's products, dismissing years of effort as worthless trash. Unable to tolerate the disrespect, Kanata struck the offender and declared that anything created with genuine dedication deserved recognition, rather than ridicule. After discovering the discarded flash drive's value, Kanata impressed nearby artisans, causing the hostile merchant to abandon his anger and offer a nervous apology. With the conflict settled, the embarrassed man hurried away from the district, while Kanata received grateful thanks from witnesses he barely remembered. A young artisan named Shidu approached him, praising his actions and introducing himself as both manager and craftsman. As their conversation ended, Kanata prepared to continue exploring the city, unaware that this unexpected encounter would shape future events. Far beyond that ordinary moment, the meeting between Kanata and City would eventually become the beginning of a partnership that changed everything. After introducing himself, Shidu welcomed Kanata, offered tea, and expressed surprise that someone from the capital had traveled so far alone. Lisa waited outside her shop, frustrated by the lack of customers, while secretly hoping someone would notice her handmade creations. During their discussion, Shidu admitted that surviving as an artisan was difficult, without noble support, wealthy connections, or widespread recognition. Despite earning only a modest income, Shidu remained determined to continue his craft, refusing to abandon the path he had chosen. Hearing those struggles, Kanata reflected on Shidu's perseverance, and realized the artisan faced even greater hardships than many other commoners. Explaining his ambitions, Shidu revealed that he wanted to create products everyone could enjoy, regardless of status wealth, or background. However, his efforts often failed, because many inventions lacked compatibility with existing technology, leaving customers confused and his workshop struggling. Even so, Shido presented several unusual items, admitting his limited talent while hoping Kanata might understand their potential value. Among the inventions, Kanata discovered earphones, an unfamiliar concept in that world, and immediately questioned why Shido had created them. After hearing the explanation, Kanata realized the design was inspired by Lord Streamer, whose broadcasts and voice had attracted devoted listeners everywhere. When Shido explained the earphone's purpose, Kanata understood the concept and realized the invention could deliver sound to listeners. After testing the device himself, Kanata confirmed that the audio quality remained clear, leaving Shido amazed by his quick adaptation. Attempting to explain the technology, Kanata described principles similar to wireless connections, though his explanation only confused the bewildered artisan. Once Kanata demonstrated the earphones further, Shido became excited after hearing distant sounds clearly and moved another step toward achieving his dream. Recognizing their potential value, Kanata asked to purchase several pairs, but his enthusiasm faded when he remembered his limited funds. While testing the earphones, Kanata noticed the audio resembled sounds used by Lord Streamer, leaving him surprised by the familiar quality. Before Kanata departed, Shido offered him a developed product, hoping the gifted inventor's latest creation would prove useful someday. Although embarrassed by certain assumptions about Lord Streamer, Shido remained grateful and continued discussing how much the broadcaster inspired him. As Kanata prepared to leave, Shido confessed that Kanata's encouragement had restored his confidence and renewed his determination to keep creating. Their meeting ended on a heartfelt note when Shido thanked Kanata, while Kanata promised to visit again in the future. Elsewhere, a devoted listener praised Kanata for his encouragement, unaware that Lord Streamer and Kanata were actually the same person. Returning to the present, Kanata noticed fireworks illuminating the sky and hurried back after being called by his waiting companions. During dinner at Athena's mansion, the group expressed gratitude for the hospitality, while Athena insisted that Princess Maria deserved the praise. As the conversation continued, Kanata admitted his admiration for Princess Maria's kindness, noting how she cared for people regardless of status. Hearing Kanata's compliment, Athena reacted with amusement, while Maria appeared flustered after discovering that they shared the same opinion. Later that evening, Kanata introduced Lisa to Maria and Athena, revealing that she was a devoted fan of Lord Streamer. Interested by Lisa's connection to the famous broadcaster, Maria eagerly invited her to discuss various topics and share personal experiences. As the conversation became more relaxed, Maria suggested continuing it during a bath, and the others quickly agreed to join. Meanwhile, Kanata remained in the boys' room, studying quietly while wondering why the girls seemed unusually interested in him. During the bath gathering, Maria and the others discussed Kanata extensively, leaving him completely unaware of the attention he was receiving. Later that evening, Kanata introduced Lisa to Maria and Athena, revealing that she was a devoted fan of Lord Streamer. Interested by Lisa's connection to the famous broadcaster, Maria eagerly invited her to discuss various topics and share personal experiences. As the conversation became more relaxed, Maria suggested continuing it during a bath, and the others quickly agreed to join. Meanwhile, Kanata remained in the boys' room, studying quietly while wondering why the girls seemed unusually interested in him. During the bath gathering, Maria and the others discussed Kanata extensively, leaving him unaware of the attention he was receiving. Rising from the water with a confident smile, Athena departed to prepare her own response, concealing plans connected to a looming magical threat. After completing his duties for the evening, Kanata headed toward the bath, only to discover Maria waiting inside for him. Filled with excitement after their unexpected reunion, Maria proposed discussing streaming together while taking a peaceful stroll through the garden. Remembering their earlier encounter, Kanata declined the invitation because entering the bath remained his immediate priority that night. As Maria turned away after accepting his refusal, guilt began weighing on Kanata, prompting him to reconsider everything. During their continued conversation, Maria noticed similarities with Lord Streamer, causing growing suspicion regarding Kanata's concealed identity. Remembering suggestions from previous viewers, Kanata paid closer attention to his words and actions while spending time alongside Maria. At the mention of Lord Streamer, Maria's excitement intensified immediately, revealing how deeply his broadcasts had influenced her feelings. Despite the lack of any scheduled stream that evening, thoughts of Lord Streamer continued giving Maria comfort and encouragement. As their conversation drew toward its conclusion, Kanata reflected on her devotion and felt unexpectedly pleased by her response. Further down the corridor, Lisa appeared beside Athena, and their relaxed appearance suggested they had spent time bathing together. While heading toward the bath to continue his unfinished report, Kanata encountered Maria and Athena, making the situation unexpectedly awkward. Impressed by his serious attitude and dedication, Athena praised Kanata before presenting a sudden duel request that caught him completely off guard. Rather than accepting the challenge, Kanata searched for excuses involving status and circumstances, yet Athena refused to withdraw her demand. Seeing Athena's growing interest, Maria's jealousy surfaced immediately, and she rejected any possibility of leaving Kanata alone. Under the moonlit sky, the group entered the inner garden, where Lisa's absence soon drew Kanata's attention and concern. Once everyone reached the garden, Athena explained the duel's simple rules, while Kanata prepared himself despite remaining uncertain. According to Athena's conditions, victory would belong to her if Kanata's protective badge broke, surrendered, or failed enduring her attacks. Following Maria's reluctant signal to begin, Athena launched a powerful thrust immediately, hoping to overwhelm Kanata before he reacted. Instead of retreating, Kanata created a magical shield and calmly endured Athena's relentless assault, forcing her attacks to fail, believing magic alone made him vulnerable. Athena abandoned conventional tactics and suddenly closed the distance, initiating dangerous hand-to-hand combat. Before the confrontation escalated further, Kanata surrendered the match, prompting Maria to rush over and check on him. Rather than discussing the outcome, Athena explained that magical barriers surrounded the garden, preventing outsiders from hearing disturbances. Attention soon shifted toward security matters as Athena described her nation's plans for magical machines, handling future crime prevention. Expanding on her explanation, Athena revealed additional devices hidden throughout the garden, demonstrating how the security system operated. Comparing the technology with knowledge from his previous life, Kanata recognized similarities and acknowledged the system's impressive potential. To demonstrate its effectiveness, Athena activated one concealed device, causing several magical mechanisms beneath the garden to respond. Moments later, Athena suddenly collapsed from exhaustion, leaving Kanata confused while Maria criticized her lack of physical endurance. As Kanata drifted asleep beside her, Athena embraced him and teasingly compared the situation to one of Lord Streamer's broadcasts. After the duel ended, Maria apologized for throwing Haishin down. While holding him close, her admiration intensified, and suspicion turned into certainty. Maria examined every detail she remembered. His appearance, body proportions, and habits matched perfectly, leaving almost no room for doubt. As Haishin rested, Maria organized the evidence. His limitless magic reserves and exceptional endurance convinced her he was Lord Streamer. Overcome by devotion, Maria leaned closer and inhaled Haishin's scent. Her obsession deepened further as she enjoyed every moment beside him. Unable to suppress her desires any longer, Maria climbed onto Haishin and indulged herself, planning to take him somewhere private. Maria admitted her actions had crossed proper limits, yet her obsession remained unchanged. She continued searching for the person she desired most. Athena, another devoted listener from Randall, approached the sleeping Haishin. Unlike the capital's followers, her intelligence strengthened her dangerous affection. Elsewhere, a different admirer arrived with overwhelming enthusiasm, driven by pure devotion rather than reason. She rushed forward without hesitation. Mira, a student from the Royal Academy, appeared beside Haishin while acting as temporary protection. She noticed unusual activity. After observing the situation, Mira accused Maria of causing trouble again. The evidence seemed obvious, especially after witnessing Athena's actions. Chaos greeted Haishin the moment his eyes opened. Athena announced her conclusions and offered an outrageous reward. Meanwhile, Mira studied the situation with a calmer perspective. Her observations matched Athena's findings, making Haishin's importance difficult to dismiss. Rather than exposing his secret, the devoted followers discussed ways to protect him. Their solution became a hidden organization disguised as a fan club. Hearing that proposal, Mira showed interest. She even suggested overlooking the recent disturbance if membership within the group became possible. Neither Athena nor Maria welcomed the suggestion. Viewing every admirer as a potential rival, they rejected Mira's request and defended their exclusive circle. Maria watched Athena and Mira crowd around the sleeping Haishin. Their excitement revealed how each follower had surrendered to obsession. Faced with their strange behavior, Mira issued a warning instead of starting another fight. Even so, the others barely hid their intentions. Much later, Haishin woke and struggled to understand the situation. Athena's accidental trap had left everyone asleep around him. While discussing the incident, Kanata explained why she was present. Her unexpected appearance seemed like nothing more than coincidence. Away from Haishin's awareness, Athena and Mira enjoyed a private meal together. Meanwhile, both wondered how long their secret could remain hidden. Athena reassessed the situation after meeting Haitian's supporters. Recognizing Mira's strength and the group's influence, she postponed immediate action. As the group walked through the academy, Athena explained her preparations. Securing permission beforehand allowed her to remain close to Kanata. Near the dormitory, Maria apologized for earlier events, while others exchanged private remarks. Their whispers sparked curiosity among those standing nearby. Without much hesitation, Maria asked permission to visit Lisa before leaving. The request seemed ordinary enough, so nobody objected. Upon reaching Lisa's room, Maria discovered the door remained locked. Confusion spread when Kanata revealed Lisa usually spent evenings elsewhere. Questions spread through the group when Lisa's whereabouts became inconsistent. Meanwhile, Kanata recalled Lisa's fear of insects, making the situation stranger. After searching the academy grounds, everyone gathered once more. Even security measures remained untouched, leaving no obvious explanation behind. Mira examined several suspicious locations and discovered traces of unauthorized magic. Based on the evidence, she concluded Lisa had likely been abducted. Using information from Crow's notes, the group identified possible suspects. A notorious criminal organization known for kidnappings became their primary lead. Recognition struck Athena when she connected the clues together. Realizing an old enemy family might be involved, she prepared for immediate action. A hidden truth emerged when the group learned Lisa's real identity. She belonged to the influential Inclide family from the Ilwa kingdom. Kanata recalled hearing that Lisa had been disowned years earlier. Despite losing her status, someone still considered her worth targeting. While walking, Athena examined the mystery. The unusual timing suggested motives beyond a simple kidnapping. Far from the academy, a secret ritual reached completion. Several cloaked figures celebrated as preparations advanced under the moonlit sky. Leading the operation, an elderly noble revealed his true intentions. Viewing Lisa as a disposable tool, he intended to use her for a forbidden magical scheme, bound within a strange magical device. Lisa remained unconscious and defenseless. Dark energy gathered around her as the ceremony continued. With growing excitement, the old noble unveiled the final stage of his plan. He intended to unleash a disaster capable of threatening Haitian's world. The moment Lisa's name surfaced again, Athena's expression hardened. A painful memory returned, strengthening her determination to save Lisa. 10 minutes earlier, the group had questioned why Lisa visited the main estate. Athena then revealed a hidden truth about her past. According to Athena, the Inclide family secretly built power through criminal activities. Unaware of everything, Lisa had become another victim. Raised for political marriage, Lisa spent her childhood serving her family's ambitions. Genuine affection never mattered while her usefulness remained intact. After her engagement collapsed, the family's treatment grew far crueler. Refusing to spare, Lisa contacted Athena, who helped her escape to safety. As the discussion continued, Athena proposed a disturbing possibility. Considering the family's magical research, Lisa might have been chosen as a catalyst. A forgotten book Athena discovered during Lisa's rescue suddenly gained importance. Its contents suggested forbidden rituals connected to sacrificial magical experiments. Remembering the family's public image, Athena recalled their hidden cruelty. Behind noble appearances, dangerous emotions and ambitions had always existed. Combining every clue, Athena reconstructed the enemy's likely objective. Once their preparations ended, Lisa's abduction could grant immense destructive power, rather than seeking political advantage. The Inclide family now pursued survival. Their collapsing influence pushed them toward desperate and reckless actions. A new clue emerged when Mira mentioned Lisa's former fiancé, Faye the noble from the Xandered Empire, had recently been assassinated, under suspicious circumstances. That revelation triggered an unexpected reaction from Haitian. Athena reminded everyone that the broken engagement had started because of him. Rather than denying it, Haitian accepted responsibility with embarrassment. His relationship advice had encouraged Lisa to reconsider her future and choices. Mira connected several forgotten details. Evidence revealed both families had engaged in criminal dealings hidden from public view. Following her rescue, Lisa's admiration shifted toward a different figure. Grateful for her freedom, she began revering Lord Streamer as her hero. Realizing the crisis had escalated beyond expectations, Athena immediately organized a rescue mission. Maps, horses, and soldiers were prepared without delay. Despite knowing Lisa for only a short time, Haitian insisted on joining. Feeling partly responsible, he refused to remain behind. Kanata volunteered as well, eager to contribute however possible. Meanwhile, Maria and Athena reacted with delight to Haitian's determination. Soon afterward, the rescue party departed under the night sky. Racing across the countryside, they hurried toward Lisa's suspected location. During the journey, Mira analyzed the available information carefully. Her reasoning suggested the kidnappers were still hiding somewhere inside the principality. Following Keijiru's trail, Mira identified several suspicious ruins scattered across the region. Her investigation steadily narrowed the kidnappers' possible hiding places. After reviewing countless locations in a single day, Mira finally discovered a promising lead. The others watched with admiration and disbelief. Guided by Mira's findings, the rescue team entered a dense forest. Moving on foot, they followed the trail with caution. During the advance, Maria reflected on Lisa's feelings and situation. She believed Lisa would want Lord Streamer to avoid blame, rather than accepting guilt. Haitian listened as Maria offered encouragement. Her words reminded him to focus on saving Lisa first. At last, the rescue team located the underground hideout beneath the ruins. Excitement surged through Haitian as Lisa's whereabouts became clear. The moment enemies appeared, Kanata launched the first strike without hesitation. Her sudden attack disrupted the kidnappers' plans and exposed their position. Meanwhile, Haitian analyzed the battlefield and estimated the enemy's capabilities. Judging their magical strength, he prepared an appropriate response. Haitian unleashed a powerful attack toward the underground passage. The overwhelming blast shattered defenses and scattered several opponents. Elsewhere, Athena confronted another group of criminals directly. Her swift movements and fierce attacks left the stunned bandits completely unable to respond. Without granting mercy, Athena declared punishment harsher than death itself. Her fierce assault silenced the enemy before he could warn others. Suddenly, dozens of Keijiro members emerged from every direction. The rescue party found themselves surrounded by a far larger force. Standing beside Maria and Mira, Athena issued a chilling warning: anyone threatening Haitian or Lisa would face the wrath of 3 devoted followers. While Athena, Maria, and Mira battled waves of assassins, Kanata took a different route. She launched herself toward the enemy headquarters. Deep within the hideout, a lookout sounded the emergency signal. Panic spread as the criminals realized their location had been discovered. Lisa remained bound and unconscious. Confident in his success, the mastermind believed she would protect him after awakening. Rather than retreating, the old noble prepared for the next stage. Certain his followers would delay the rescuers, he began gathering black magic. Before his preparations could continue, Kanata burst into the chamber. Her sudden arrival interrupted the ritual site and forced the shocked noble. Bursting into the ritual chamber, Haitian confronted the mastermind. His sudden appearance shattered the villain's confidence and interrupted the ceremony. Before Haitian could act further, the noble activated his final safeguard. Awakened by black magic, Lisa rose and obeyed his command. To everyone's surprise, the transformed Lisa attacked the old noble. Her actions confused both Haitian and the mastermind alike. A horrifying truth soon revealed itself through Lisa's altered appearance. The consciousness sealed within the forbidden spellbook had possessed her body. Recognizing the impostor, Haitian rejected its claims without hesitation. The creature responded with hostility and launched a barrage of attacks. Seeing Haitian cornered, Kanata accelerated across the battlefield without hesitation. Her enhanced movement carried her toward the possessed Lisa. Although the enemy controlled Lisa's body, Haitian refused to strike seriously. His hesitation created an opening that the creature exploited. With frightening ease, the possessed Lisa overwhelmed Haitian's defenses and launched another attack. The relentless assault pushed him into danger. Realizing the incoming strike would break through his protection, Haitian prepared for impact. Even his magic shield seemed unable to endure. Just before disaster struck, a goddess suddenly appeared beside him. Effortlessly blocking the attack, she scolded Kanata while saving Haitian once again. The goddess appeared unimpressed by Haitian's recent performance. Teasing him without restraint, she complained that becoming predictable made him far less entertaining. After hearing Haitian's concerns, the goddess revealed a solution. Instead of fighting, he needed to reach Lisa's soul. To explain the situation, the goddess described Lisa's condition. Her consciousness remained asleep, while a monster controlled her body. Lisa's spirit continued resisting from within despite her imprisonment. That struggle weakened the creature's control and kept her alive. With the explanation complete, Haitian understood his role in the battle. Only words directed toward Lisa's heart could awaken her and reclaim her body. Clenching his fists, Haitian accepted responsibility for the disaster surrounding Lisa. Determined to fix everything himself, he refused to rely on others. Watching his resolve, the goddess expressed rare approval and prepared to assist. Nearby, a masked figure stepped forward with confidence. Before beginning his attempt, Haitian received encouragement. Even the goddess warned that failure would carry serious consequences. Facing the possessed Lisa, the masked Kanata abandoned formal speeches. Instead, he greeted her and questioned the strange circumstances surrounding them. Rather than boasting about his achievements, Kanata thanked Lisa and everyone supporting him. His heartfelt words became the key to reaching her. Confusion vanished as Lisa's true consciousness resurfaced. Recognizing Kanata's voice, she responded with affection, warmth, and familiar devotion. Awakened from possession, Lisa expressed overwhelming gratitude toward Kanata. The emotional reunion confirmed that his gamble had succeeded. Inside Lisa's subconscious realm, Kanata confronted the monster controlling her body. Their clash marked the beginning of a battle across two worlds. Ignoring the danger, Kanata urged Lisa to resist the invader. Exposing her family's crimes mattered less than saving her. The monster answered, striking Lisa's sole representation during their mental struggle. Even so, Kanata refused to retreat from the confrontation. Deep within her mind, Lisa's true self remembered what mattered most. Her determination centered on reclaiming her body and hearing Kanata's screams again. As Lisa fought back, the monster's stolen power began slipping away. Realizing the situation had reversed, it reacted with growing panic. Watching Lisa resist his influence, the monster grew alarmed and confused. Kanata's words were reaching her far more effectively than expected. Seizing the opening created by Lisa's struggle, Mira encouraged Kanata to act. Meanwhile, the monster realized its overwhelming presence had begun fading. Kanata launched himself toward the enemy and struck decisively. Keeping silent would accomplish nothing while Lisa remained trapped. Kanata explained his strategy with surprising confidence. By weakening Lisa's body, he reduced the monster's ability to retaliate. Rather than relying on strength alone, Kanata revealed his secret weapon. A recording of Mira's ASMR became the unexpected tool for awakening Lisa. Using an ASMR recording as emotional ammunition, Kanata spoke to Lisa's heart. Every sincere word strengthened her fading resistance against possession. The monster noticed the change within Lisa's subconscious landscape. Her determination surged upward, threatening the control it had maintained. What began as a small reaction transformed into an overwhelming emotional flood. Lisa clung to Kanata as her suppressed feelings burst outward. Drawn by those heartfelt messages, Lisa embraced the strange yet comforting sensation. Meanwhile, the monster struggled to understand the source of her strength. Observing the situation, the masked Kanata expressed genuine surprise. He never expected his streaming voice to influence Lisa. The recording's effects intensified, leaving her overwhelmed and unable to move properly. Meanwhile, Kanata continued replaying the message within the mental world. The monster attempted another method of control. Instead of threats, it tempted Lisa with endless comfort and pleasure. Lisa twisted the monster's manipulation into something else. Her obsession focused on Kanata, strengthening resistance rather than weakening it. Watching the bizarre exchange unfold, Kanata admitted complete confusion regarding the situation. Even so, Lisa's determination against the monster became obvious. After a fierce confrontation, Lisa suggested taking a short break. The absurd proposal transformed a deadly battle into a casual conversation. During the strange lull in battle, the monster made an unexpected request. Leaning close to Kanata, she asked him to whisper a name. Because her memories remained fragmented, the monster could not remember her own identity. Kanata accepted the request and offered assistance. After considering several possibilities, she chose the name Pell. The simple act filled her with childlike excitement and satisfaction. With a new name established, Pell proposed ending their conflict. Her demeanor softened, replacing hostility with unusual friendliness and trust. Kanata responded with empathy toward Pell. Hoping to prevent future tragedies, he suggested understanding and dialogue instead. As strange emotions swirled through her heart, Pell struggled to understand them. The unfamiliar warmth burning inside her carried a name: love. Kanata explained that genuine affection differs from simple admiration or entertainment. Through sharing memories and feelings, Pell grasped what love meant. Pell appeared calmer than ever before. Satisfaction replaced confusion as she prepared to leave the battlefield. Rather than blaming Kanata for her defeat, Pell accepted the outcome. She admitted that her feelings for him had overcome everything else. Back in the physical world, Pell's fading presence drew Kanata's attention. Their brief exchange carried the atmosphere of a quiet farewell. With her existence fading away, Pell reassured Kanata that Lisa would recover. Although saddened by the farewell, she accepted her fate. Before disappearing, Pell confessed that her feelings would remain forever. She encouraged Kanata to keep living, streaming, and moving forward without regret. Their final goodbye carried unexpected warmth rather than bitterness or despair, calling him streamer. One last time Pell vanished. Reflecting on the ordeal, Kanata reached an amusing conclusion. Through an accidental combination of ASMR and determination, he gained another follower while resting in his arms. Lisa murmured heartfelt words in her sleep. Even unconscious, she continued expressing gratitude and admiration toward Kanata. Embarrassed by Lisa's confession, Kanata tried pretending he had not heard it. Nevertheless, her sincere feelings left a visible impression. With the battle finally over, the group prepared to reunite with everyone outside. Under the moonlit sky, they walked toward a well-earned conclusion. Streamer and his companions arrived where enemy forces surrounded the area. After defeating the main threat, he entrusted the remaining opponents to his allies. Lisa rushed forward, protected Kanata during the fierce struggle. She pushed herself beyond her limits to secure enough time for Streamer. Streamer discovered Lisa drained from her efforts. Seeing her condition, he lifted her into his arms. Maria, Kanata, and the others gathered around Lisa after her return. Their concern faded when they confirmed she survived the dangerous battle. While, Streamer carrying Lisa, the surrounding girls watched with bright expressions. Each of them hoped to receive the same treatment someday. Streamer entrusted the aftermath to Athena and the others, while carrying Lisa. Although her condition remained stable, he decided she needed treatment. A hooded figure explained that Kanata remained unrelated to the conflict. To avoid unnecessary trouble, he requested Kanata accompany them. Maria focused on the remaining criminals and demanded their punishment after everything they caused. Meanwhile, Athena reminded everyone to settle explanations. As the group walked through the city, Lisa followed the hooded man with interest. His unusual behavior made her feel curious. After confirming the situation had settled, Streamer called for Kanata. The group prepared to leave together and return home safely. After the incident, Streamer asked Athena to take care of Lisa while he handled the remaining matters. Maria noticed something familiar about Kanata. Athena revealed her thoughts and shocked Maria with her bold reaction. Instead of denying it, she treated everything as a suggestion. Athena continued explaining her idea. She proposed sharing what remained, showing unusual enthusiasm and confidence. Maria accepted Athena's invitation and joined her side. The two celebrated their growing connection, while thanking those who helped rescue Lisa. Athena visited Lisa during her recovery and explained the criminal's situation. Although the danger had passed, legal consequences still awaited them. Lisa reflected on the incident and refused to blame Athena, Streamer, or those who protected her. She accepted responsibility herself. Overcome with emotion, Lisa moved closer and embraced Athena. Despite Athena's surprise, Lisa insisted she wanted everyone to hear her feelings. Lisa expressed her gratitude and thanked Athena for rescuing her from danger. Athena listened while holding her hands. As they continued talking, Lisa admitted she remembered little about the previous night. Even so, she felt an unusual sense of fulfillment. Athena prepared to leave and encouraged Lisa to rest. Before departing, she watched Lisa fall asleep and recover. Athena spent a peaceful morning thinking about the graduates and their upcoming departure. Before seeing them off, she wanted more time together. While checking her device, Athena discovered Streamer's live broadcast. The unexpected appearance shocked her because she believed he was resting. Realizing Streamer was broadcasting from inside her mansion, Athena jumped from her seat. She rushed through the halls to investigate. Maria and Lisa learned about the broadcast and complained that Athena kept the discovery secret. Determined to reach Streamer first, Athena sprinted toward Maria's room. Meanwhile, the others followed behind and refused to be left out. Athena burst into the room and found several people sleeping together. She shouted in surprise while trying to wake them. As Athena looked around, she noticed Kanata sleeping peacefully among the others. The unexpected scene left her confused and suspicious. While checking the broadcast device, Athena realized another person was streaming under Streamer's name. Shock replaced her excitement as the mystery deepened. A blonde girl woke up after hearing Streamer's broadcast and checked her device. The unexpected stream caught her attention before sunrise. As she looked around, she discovered Kanata sleeping beside another girl. The surprising sight left her confused and desperate for answers. Meanwhile, Streamer's broadcast continued attracting attention across the city. The growing audience included many devoted followers who watched with excitement. Athena arrived and found the room in complete chaos. Everyone looked toward her after hearing the commotion surrounding the broadcast. After observing the situation, Lisa believed she understood everything. Feeling overwhelmed by her conclusion, she suggested moving elsewhere for explanations. Maria and Athena reacted with complete confusion after waking up. Neither understood why Kanata shared a bed with someone, or why a stream existed. Mira calmed the group and began explaining the strange situation. She revealed that the broadcaster sometimes disappeared temporarily during ongoing streams. Excited, Lisa joined Streamer for another surprise broadcast. Together they celebrated across the rooftop while entertaining their viewers. Streamer questioned Lisa's sudden enthusiasm because the day was originally reserved for rest. Lisa responded that she already understood everything. Streamer explained that broadcasting influenced countless listeners in meaningful ways. Lisa was stunned that he only realized this important fact now. Lisa became excited after hearing how streamers' broadcasts influenced people. She realized his words had changed many lives beyond expectations. Streamer explained the temporary broadcasting system he created using connected terminals. Although unfinished, the setup allowed short remote streams at intervals. Lisa listened while Streamer compared the technology to communication methods from his previous life. The explanation helped her understand the process. Streamer revealed another limitation of the experimental system. Besides short broadcasts, every transmission reached listeners several hours after recording ended. After finishing his explanation, Streamer thanked Mira for assisting throughout the day. He then sent her back and prepared to leave. Lisa revealed that she had prepared special equipment for situations like this. Streamer noticed her enthusiasm and remembered how devoted she remained. After hearing the full explanation, Maria and Athena understood the mystery. The broadcast truly came from Streamer. Realizing they missed the adventure, Maria and Athena expressed their frustration together. They wished they had participated in the broadcast themselves. The group gathered around Mira and prepared something for her. Following their instructions, she examined the item they presented. The broadcast shifted toward a discussion about preventing misunderstandings and conflict. During the conversation, Streamer also mentioned an important promise. News of Streamer's broadcast spread across different regions and influenced many listeners. Some dismissed the message while others embraced its meaning. The broadcast ended before the girls realized how much time had passed. Athena decided to review the recording later, but Maria remained focused. Maria became convinced that something happened while she slept beside Kanata. Despite her dramatic conclusion, everyone denied her assumption. After the stream, Mira enjoyed a refreshing shower inside the mansion. Meanwhile, Kanata rested in a chair. Seeing Kanata asleep again, Mira worried about his condition and guided him back. Together, they headed toward his room for proper rest. Kanata admitted that exhaustion had caught up with him after constant activity. Too tired to continue walking, he struggled to stay awake. Believing a short rest would help, Kanata lay down on a nearby bed. Before he realized it, both he and Maria fell asleep. The group concluded that Maria and Mira slept in the wrong room. The misunderstanding happened unintentionally. Maria transformed the awkward mistake into another strange request and asked Mira for similar treatment. Lisa pointed out how absurd her reasoning sounded. Maria prepared to leave the remaining work behind. However, she noticed Mira approaching and called out to her. Kanata apologized, after realizing Maria misunderstood the situation. Athena stepped in to calm everyone before the misunderstanding grew further. Meanwhile, Maria avoided meeting Mira because embarrassment overwhelmed her. She convinced herself that Mira had already fled the area. Kanata explained that he had originally fallen asleep alone in the hallway. After hearing the details, Athena understood what happened. While discussing the incident, Kanata remembered losing his coat during the previous conflict. Maria and Athena searched for information about it. Athena soon discovered that the missing coat had already been recovered. Relieved by the news, Maria and the others stopped worrying. While waiting for the others, Athena suggested eating breakfast together. Maria seized the opportunity and volunteered to handle the food collection. The group received warm farewells before leaving. As they departed, several people questioned Kanata about his disappearance. Kanata explained that he had spent time searching for parts needed for Lisa's magical device. Maria twisted the conversation into another fantasy. As they walked through the city, Athena quietly thanked Kanata for saving both her and Lisa. The unexpected gratitude caught him off guard. Athena requested permission for Mira to remain at the mansion longer. She hoped Mira could help train recruited soldiers. Athena promised to visit Kanata again in the royal capital someday. As they walked together, the others watched closely from behind. Athena suggested staying in Kanata's dormitory to experience ordinary student life. Kanata quickly rejected the idea and offered safer alternatives. Refusing to give up, Athena explained how living beside Kanata would help her learn more. She then pushed the conversation further. Kanata misunderstood Athena's determination and believed she wanted to endure inconvenience for political reasons. His response left her speechless for a moment. Kanata reflected on everything he experienced throughout the principality. The encounters and lessons he gained changed his perspective. Kanata reflected on his journey and realized he still lacked experience. The people around him continued shaping his growth. Thinking about streaming, Kanata admitted he once felt satisfied with average results. He learned that meaningful connections mattered much more. As the trip concluded, Kanata recognized how many friendships and discoveries he had gained. The experience left him satisfied and grateful. Elsewhere, Goddess Isla observed the situation and smiled. While others believed the story ended, she understood greater changes awaited. Streaming continued influencing society far beyond simple entertainment and communication. Its popularity affected commerce, tourism, research, and countless lives. Goddess Isla reflected on Athena's ambitious goal and wondered how Kanata would respond. Despite many possibilities, she remained curious about his future. While juggling apples, Isla admitted that conquering Kanata's heart would be extremely difficult. She believed the power she granted made him unique. Isla imagined various situations that could threaten Kanata in the future. Even while observing from afar, she remained interested in his fate. The abandoned streaming device awakened and examined its surroundings. The strange location left it confused. Numerous yandere followers awaited Kanata's return. Their growing anticipation made the safe city unsettling. Watching everything unfold, Isla wondered whether someone had already started making moves. The thought filled her with excitement about coming events. Holding a keepsake connected to Kanata, Isla looked toward the future with amusement. She anticipated endless new streams and even greater chaos. After returning from the principality, Kanata learned that his friends had already gone home. Meanwhile, Maria completed her official duties before leaving. As Kanata headed toward the district where the brothel operated, he wondered about recent events. His quiet walk ended. Alfana and Kana suddenly appeared before Kanata and greeted him. Both were relieved to see him return. The girls explained they had planned to meet him later that day. However, circumstances changed after learning about a major event. Instead of going for lunch, Alfana pulled Kanata closer and made another request. She insisted that he visit her workplace soon. Kanata tried to leave, but Alfana stopped him before he could escape. She refused to let their reunion end. After gathering her courage, Alfana asked Kanata to spend time alone with her. The unexpected invitation left him speechless. During their meal together, Alfana listened as Kanata explained his responsibilities. Although she understood, she still seemed disappointed. Alfana admitted that she had been waiting for Kanata's return. Teasing him became her way of expressing those feelings. As her imagination ran wild, Alfana pictured ridiculous situations with Kanata. Logical thinking disappeared beneath her growing excitement and affection. While waiting for Kanata, Alfana imagined absurd training activities together. Her fantasies grew so intense that reality almost disappeared. After finally finishing his report, Kanata apologized for keeping Alfana waiting. She accepted immediately, though she still tried appearing dignified. Once they settled down, Kanata brought up the incident at the park. Alfana became nervous when he requested help understanding what happened. Alfana admitted she knew about the event, but avoided discussing it earlier. Kanata believed the matter had already passed and relaxed. Seeing his reaction, Alfana felt disappointed and struggled to continue the conversation. She regretted waiting too long before changing the subject. The group received permission to recreate streamer's popular hoodie design. Even Goddess Isla became interested and showed off the new clothing. Kanata handed the jacket to Alfana and suggested she try it herself, once alone. She began examining every detail. Unable to stop thinking about the jacket, Alfana became distracted throughout the day. She even considered asking Maria for advice later. After changing clothes, Kanata tried on the produced hoodie. The comfortable fit impressed him and confirmed the design worked. Meanwhile, Alfana remained overwhelmed by excitement after handling Kanata's belongings. Even a calming drink seemed insufficient to settle her emotions. While staring at Kanata's abandoned cup, Alfana struggled against temptation. She reminded herself of her responsibilities, yet curiosity continued growing. Before reason could stop her, Alfana acted on instinct. The decision happened so quickly that she barely understood it herself. After touching the cup, Alfana's imagination ran out of control. In her mind, the simple act became a treasured memory. Later, Kanata returned and thanked Alfana for waiting. She hid her thoughts and pretended everything remained perfectly normal. When Kanata suggested exploring the castle town together, Alfana accepted without hesitation. The invitation instantly transformed her mood and excitement. As they explore the lively streets, Alfana enjoys her ice cream, watches performers, and treasures every simple moment shared beside Kanata. Concerned that crowds might separate them, Kanata asks to hold Alfana's hand for safety, leaving her stunned by the request. While walking together, Kanata praises the city and mentions having fun with a beautiful guide, unaware his words create confusion. Alfana misunderstands his comment and assumes another girl accompanied him before their outing, causing jealousy and insecurity to flood her mind.